Yeah. Why don't you sit down on top of me?
What?
Ooh, she wants it. Ooh, ooh, she wants it. She wants it. I wanna get it to you.
Bro.
I ain't never heard that song of Justin Timberlake.
Anywho,
Justin
good
Timberlake
morning,
and
y'all. Good morning. Welcome to another podcast episode of the Chop It Up podcast. I don't know why I was about to say Wednesday mornings, but no, I wasn't. Let me stop lying. Anywho, how y'all doing this morning? Dewan, Black Toad.
she
I'm
wants
doing
it.
great.
She wants it.
I'm doing great this morning, man. Appreciate you for asking.
Bro, so I made some pasta yesterday, right? And it tasted so good until I realized later I ain't supposed to be eating spinach. And I paid heavily later on because of that, and I forgot it. So now I can't eat this. I can't eat the pasta that I spent an hour making.
Cool story.
So that's where
Interesting.
I am
Cool
at.
story, Trevin. Very cool.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was about. But anywho, yeah, bro, we got some topics going on today. But before we start with all that, what y'all been listening to?
Absol.
Mm,
Of course, the nigga would
Been
say
going.
Absol.
Of course, I would say Absol. Been going through Absol. Been listening to West Side Gun because I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking that he was the worst of the Griselda clique, but then I'm just like, maybe I'm just hating. And he's the most consistent. Well, he's one of the most consistent, but there's some times where he do just be rapping over just anything that he be getting his hands over.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
um, I have been listening to. Surprisingly, I've been listening to Gunna. I've been going back to his old catalog and listening back to his last album and just I didn't really like his last album at first, but I realized that you know it just he is maturing as an artist, and I'm excited for. I think he's dropping another album this year.
Yeah.
So I kind of excited for him. I just think he's really gonna like go far. Out of him and Lil Baby, I thought Lil Baby was gonna be the one, years ago. But I just never would have thought Gunna would be in this position that he in. And if he keep working hard, he may be one of the top artists out. So that's what I've been listening to lately.
That's what I like to hear. Some positive energies from our, independent. Well, I don't know if he's independent. Nah, he's still. I think he's still with YSL and all.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is what it is. And for me, I ain't gonna lie. Nothing too nothing too crazy. If anything, I just kind of just been listening to more podcasts and stuff. I did, however, wanted to figure out like what's going on with this Doechii hate. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I am kind of mixed with it, and I was like, you know what? Because I do be seeing her name a lot. You know what I'm saying? I do notice that like she is somewhat pushed to an extent, but at the same time, it's just like okay, if she's getting hate, she's doing all this. Is her music bad though? That's the real question. And I went ahead and I listened to the album. I didn't get to finish it, due to time and stuff like that. But when I listened to it, I noticed that my thumb button, like my thumb, it was like kind of acting up a little bit. I kept tapping the screen, and I kept touching, I kept hitting like the thumbs up. I'm like, bro, what's going on with my thumb? Like, it's like it's
What?
kind of tweaking hard a little bit. And after that, I started to realize that I was liking almost every single song off of her album, bro.
You've
Doechii,
never heard it before?
I did it. I did once, but I wasn't really too much. To be honest with you, I wasn't really paying attention. I was dropping kids off and stuff like that, so like I wasn't really too focused on it. But
Right.
I did went back and listened to it again. I'm just like, bro, like the beat selections are crazy. Like everything's fire. The only song I didn't like was the what's that one that be playing on the radio a lot? The Denial's a River or whatever. It's not because the
Oh,
song.
really?
It's not because the song's bad. It's because I'm just tired of hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still kind of agree that like that's not a radio song to me, So whenever I do hit the radio, because sometimes the nigga just forgets to put the aux on, like or the Bluetooth or whatever, and like
Hmm.
that song plays, I'm just like, dog, this doesn't sound like a radio song. But to each his own, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of just that's the type of energy I've been on lately. I was gonna like give Lotto and Meg some listens last night, but like I said, I was kind of busy like listening to podcasts and stuff, so that took my time. But I'm gonna give some of the feel my artists some love. I'm gonna give give an ear out. I'll even go back to Cardi B's first and only album to see if like I still got that hateful energy or not. But well, moving on. Let's start get on. Let's start to get on with these topics. First one, or should I just name? Nah, nah. I'm gonna surprise everybody with it. First topic of the day: do rappers use deluxe albums to fix their original albums?
Wait, there's the one before that one. You gonna say that one or what? I think
Which
Trevin's was first.
which
What
one?
rap labels are winning?
Damn, I missed that one. We could talk about it after. It's fine.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'll add it on. I forgot to see that one. But yeah, yeah. What do rappers use deluxe albums to fix their original albums?
I guess I go first. Yes, I do think now. I just think about like in the early 2010s, like 2010, 2012, or maybe in the early 2000s when I go back and listen to older rap music, deluxe albums used to have really much quality. And just just thinking of like now deluxe, like when an artist tell me that they're dropping deluxe, I really just don't care you know to really even give a listen now, because it's like the quality, the quality in a deluxe like in a deluxe album, it just really just it's not there anymore. It's like the surprise, the excitement. Like I remember when we were talking about Carter 4 a couple of, maybe a week or two ago, and I'm, listening to that album and listening to like, the songs that were on that one. Like, man, there was some really dope songs.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, I just really don't think that Lux like added songs or whatever. I just think that sometimes artists maybe put songs out. Maybe if the album got heavily criticized, but I don't think it's like a treat like how it used to be in music. Like I used to think like deluxe albums, like from listening to older music, like it used to just be like a thing to be more excited of, because you knew that, and even deluxe songs used to even kind of match the album, like the theme of the album or whatever the case may be. But now it's just like random songs because an album either underperformed, or the artist just maybe wanted to just add some more for streaming. I don't know, but I think about recent projects that had deluxes that I didn't care about, um, which was I remember when Culture 3 dropped, and that was like 2020, 2021. That was around the time everybody started the double album thing started to be a thing again.
mm-hmm.
Uh, Not that it was new, but it started to become a thing again. Because I remember when Uzi did it, and a lot of artists right after him in that same year started doing it, and it was just like mid, like the Culture 3 Deluxe. I'm like, man, did they even listen to these songs before they just added them to the album?
Yeah,
And so I just think of now, like I remember, and I'm about to close here. I remember when 2 Chainz put out his album Rapper Go to the League, and Trevor may know about this. And there was a video of LeBron James saying, "Hey, we should do a deluxe, right?" But
Yeah,
but
yeah. Sorry.
but the album never got a deluxe because the album was did well and it was received well. Like so, 2 Chainz never put out deluxe because on the album, because album was a solid project. It did
Right.
good. It was a solid project. There was no need to put out a deluxe.
right.
Drake, we know what Drake did. For all the dogs. I
Yeah,
don't care what I don't care what people say. People tell me all the time, "Well, you just need to ill grow on you." That album have not grown on me yet. I do not like that album. He puts out the deluxe, and it's like, dude, like this is what everybody wanted. This is what everybody wanted.
yeah,
Yeah.
But but and I don't think that was a planned thing. I don't think that deluxe was already in the works. I think he just put those songs out because of the criticism of the album.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I just feel like deluxe projects, the excitement is gone, and I just feel like artists maybe just go to them as a just just a way to save themselves. Like even Gunna, when he dropped his album, A Gift and a Curse, the first album he dropped when he got out of jail, the project did so well. He never put out a deluxe. It's a solid project. So that's all I gotta say.
all right. You want to go ahead, Trevor?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I agree with what he was saying. Basically, it's the fact that like nowadays, like deluxe is treated as some sort of separate release. Because I remember like when it first, like back when I was like in high school, deluxe came across like the same day as a regular release. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's what I was used to. So it's like whenever I see like a post of somebody hyping up a deluxe edition of an album that's been out for like a week or two or even a fucking month, I be thinking it's like, okay, first of all, what how many tracks is the deluxe? And if it's enough to justify like another project, why not just make another fucking project? You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because like now, like or back then, like deluxe was just like one or two extra songs, two like some bonus tracks or some shit, or uh tracks exclusive to wherever the fuck you bought them from. So it's like um when things have changed, and it's because of the fucking streaming. It's because of streaming, but it's like the way that that just changes the business that much. It's treated as if yeah, you're not when you hear the original release. If you know that a deluxe is coming, you're basically not hearing the full album.
Yeah,
You're just either that, or like I said before, you're listening to a second album on top of the first, but it's still treated as just a deluxe. And both, I don't fucking like. You know,
yeah,
it's just so much padding, and you know that the extra tracks aren't gonna be as good most of the time. Sometimes they are. Like I think that the for all the dogs ones, like the scary hours, whatever the fuck it is, like that extension. I kind of like those. Like I kind of like a good amount of those songs. A little bit better than the original album, but but like most of the time, these niggas is not putting that much work into their extra tracks. So yeah, that's just where I stand with that.
and yeah, yeah. I kind of agree with like both of y'all. Cause my first interaction with deluxe albums was like during like Carter 4, Watch the Throne. You know, like I think Take Care had a deluxe version.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, pretty much 2011, 2012. I think even a little bit of 2010. Like that was like like that was like a big thing. And like I mean, I mean even with Good Kid, Mad City with something like that, it's just like people still think that like that's the actual album album art cover when it was the other one with his family and stuff. You know, but I did notice like after 2020 when yeah, it was around the time when Eternal Take Two had dropped that like people started like using doing the deluxe album things again, which I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool, you know. But when you kind of find out that it was just like it's just niggas like who recorded like over like fucking 150 songs or whatever, and they just pick like some ass songs and just throw it on there, or like songs that was actually better than the album. It's like, oh, that's what we're doing. And I mean, and to be honest though, like it's not like this ain't nothing new because I'm pretty sure that was even the case even back then. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like the only thing I just don't agree with is just like the length for some of these deluxe songs because
Yeah.
it's like bro, okay, your project's already 17 to 20 songs in. It's like that's already enough as it is. Granted, you're most likely a rapper who ain't got shit to talk about, or you're, or like you're just not one of them guys who's not really like an album artist. You're probably more of like a radio artist or solo artist, whatever the case is. But something in your mind told you to like, man, put 20 fucking songs on this fucking shit. Like everybody's gonna rock with it. You know what I'm saying? People already be talking about like I don't be dropping enough music, so I'm about to just flood the market with a whole bunch of songs that either sound the fucking same or don't sound good at all. And it's like this is your album. And to me it's just like it's just kind of whatever because like for examples of in today's day like Donda 2. I mean Donda, right? When Ye
Mm-hmm.
dropped Donda. I could not. The only songs that I was able to tell that was off of Deluxe was the one with Andre. Uh, some songs that had like part two and whatever. But even with songs like those, like I was still barely able to tell. Like, yeah, okay, you added like a feature or whatever, but they still sound damn near the same. And the album was already confusing itself. So that get like no disrespect to Donda, but like kind of get that out of here. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
was such a mess. And then like now you have For All the Dogs. In the beginning, like yeah, For All the Dogs, it wasn't really my on my radar like that. It did grow on me after a while. Just a couple songs, definitely better than fucking CLB, but that that's neither here or there. But
Yeah.
but yeah, when he dropped the Scary Hours 3, which he made it a part of For All the Dogs, I'm just like, bro, like so you've been cooking, you know what I'm saying? But just to come find out that like he only did that shit because Joe Budden and everybody else is on his ass, you know what I'm saying? So that didn't really help with that situation either. And then like I said, now you got all these other artists. You got Playboy Cardi. You have 30 fucking songs on your album, bro. And it's like then you drop like a deluxe. Like yeah, you added like a couple of your older songs. That's cool. But at the same time, it's like nigga, like damn, bro, like I don't get these label heads. I don't understand it. Like yes, more music is good. You know what I'm saying? So that I guess in a way, they could drop a 30 song project or whatever, and so they could just chill for the rest of the year. But my guy, like, how do you know if any of these songs are actually good? You know what I'm saying? That's why I always kind of look back on. It was like it was either an interview or somebody. I think it was like Complex or whatever, and they was talking. I think they was talking to Ye or somebody or Young Thug, and Thug said like he got like over like 200 songs with like Ye and shit. And granted, I don't think most of them songs even came out, but it's just like I'm pretty sure there was a good reason why them fucking songs didn't come out because they was probably shit, and not that's not to discredit neither Thug or Ye, but it's just like damn, bro, like where y'all like y'all got all these songs and everything for, and then it's just like when it comes out, it's just like and then
Yeah.
sometimes the songs are actually good too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because leaks come out, uh sometimes you hear like snippets or whatever, and it's like, man, I hope this song's on the fucking project. Like, I hope this song's on here. Never sees the light of day. Just gone.
That's
Disappeared.
annoying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There could be a collaboration between Young Thug and Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? Because like I know that's being talked about, whatever. But what if they already did the fucking songs and like they just didn't bother to even drop it, and then you end up finding it out about it on SoundCloud like 2 years later? It's like nigga, what? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I gotta really say about it. It is annoying, but at the same time, hey man, and I guess more music is fine. You know what I'm saying? But we live in such a confusing time when it comes to this music shit. So it's like there's really no concrete answer to like what people should really do, other than like, hey, make a good album. But it
Yeah.
seems like even that's like asking for too much nowadays. But
What's
yeah.
that?
E.
Real quick, we gonna play Overwatch. This baby is sleeping. It's the perfect time. So we gonna get an Overwatch session going because I'm not playing Marvel right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was just talking to Darius. Like I just got off with Darius. I
What?
told this nigga I deleted Marvel Rivals. I'm not playing that this season.
It depends on what's going on after we're done here. I'll let you know.
Yeah, because I am not playing.
What
I'm
kind
gonna
of
I'm gonna
fucking
wait till
crossover
Ultron
is
come
this?
out,
What the fuck is going on?
bro. I'm gonna wait till Ultron comes out, but as of right now, I'm
Bro,
not
okay,
playing
we'll
Red.
talk about it later, bro.
We're
Okay,
recording. We're recording.
okay, just I'm just letting y'all know.
This thing. All right, bro. Um, my my apologies. Um, yeah, yeah. Where the fuck was that? That's all we gotta say about that part.
the next, yeah, that's all we gotta say about it.
The the one you're done. You're good on your part.
Yeah.
All right. What the, okay. Next one. What rap labels are winning right now?
mm, okay.
That's
And the reason why I asked this is the reason why like I asked this because like me and Dewan was talking about it like right after like the last episode, right?
right.
And we were just kind of I was really kind of think I'm just like, is it really? I don't really think that many rap labels are got their stocks up. You know what I'm saying?
I got one.
The only one that
Atlantic.
yeah, Atlantic.
I,
Yeah, Atlantic is doing
I,
good.
let me tell you this: when 2 Chainz left Def Jam and signed to Atlantic, and then they got Cardi, and whenever she drops, that's a big thing. But at the same time, I still debate that because some of those artists that's on Atlantic don't really drop like that. Like you have Meek, he's on Atlantic. Lil
Hmm.
Uzi's on Atlantic. He drops whenever he feels like it. They're still waiting on Cardi. 2 Chainz
Yep.
drop every few years, but a lot of those artists on Atlantic they don't drop consistently. But but then you got a label like Interscope that got Playboy Cardi. They probably cashing out big bucks whenever he drops. So, you
Yep.
know,
And
it's
they have
kind
Swisher
of
House.
huh
You got Swisher House and Maybach.
down Atlantic.
Yeah, the under Atlantic.
Okay, you talking about like the Houston Swisher House or what?
Yeah, they're under Atlantic.
Okay, okay, all right. Are you being serious? Or are you trolling?
No, like, they dead ass are under Atlantic.
Oh,
Like no
okay. What
bullshit.
all that? Okay, and Atlantic. Oh, they got Young Boy, and
Mm-hmm.
Atlantic. I think I don't know if his contract's over. I don't think it's done yet, but and Young Boy. Even though I don't really listen to his music, I think he's one of the most streamed artists on the planet, something like that. So Atlantic's winning. Oh, and well, Gunna did put out a song on his first album that said, "No, I'm not signed to Atlantic," because there was like a rumor that he signed to Atlantic, but he's still on 300 Entertainment. I think 300 Entertainment is out of there. I mean, cause Thug, I don't know what he's gonna do when he drops, but 300 Entertainment used to be like that label that used to be like real big back in 2015 and 2016, and I don't even hear about them anymore. Like they got, and I think Megan Thee Stallion is supposed to be getting out of that label. I know Gunna, he's working on getting out of that label. Young
Yeah.
Thug, he was supposed to been finished out his contract, but then he got arrested. You got T Grizzly. I don't really know what to speak on T Grizzly. I don't know his situation, but I don't know. But a artist that used to be real big on 300 Entertainment used to be Famous Dex back in like 2016, and but he's not really that guy anymore.
Nah.
But who's QC up under? Who they up under? What label that they signed to?
I don't know. I can look and see. You said
I think that
QC.
yeah, yeah, QC like the Migos, Lil Baby, all of them. Cause Lil Yachty,
Oh,
yeah,
I
who they
think they
who?
under. I think they're under.
Cause they left 300. They're not under 300 no more. They're not.
They may just be under Atlantic directly.
Man, everybody's up under Atlanta.
Yeah, it's crazy. If they left,
But then you
they could
got
still.
20.
I'm like, what
Go
you say?
ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, you
They
good.
they
Go
could just
ahead.
be under let me go back to Atlanta because I don't see them in
But then you have a label like Epic, who has 21 Savage and Future,
and they got
and
100,000.
Epic, right?
Yeah,
And I think 21 Savage got like some type of distribution deal or something. But I don't know. Future been with Epic for a long time. So
yeah.
I said, yeah. But 300 looking rough though.
Nah, 300s they going through it. Not as bad as like I ain't gonna lie. I think like Rock Nation or I think they it's like it looks like they doing good, but then when you look at who's all under it, you're just like, where the fuck are these niggas at? You know what I'm saying? And it's like just a whole bunch of niggas not doing anything in Rock Nation, and that's really unfortunate because I thought that they were going to be like the next. Because like, look at how many like there are so many people in Rock Nation that don't drop like Rihanna and Jay Electronica and motherfucking like J Cole. To be honest, nigga ain't dropping no out. I mean, he dropped that might delete later, so like his stocks ain't even that high no more. You know the locks they not dropping nothing. So it's like you just go there if you just want to chill and not do anything. You feel me? So Rock Nation ain't even in it.
Yeah.
But I think like the one that's really on top, in my opinion, is probably Interscope because of the Dr. Dre and 50 Cent stocks. I keep saying stocks, but you know what I mean. Like Eminem, like that's still they still got stuff that they ain't even burned through yet. With Lady Gaga, Madonna, Elton fucking John. So like, and obviously Kendrick. So I don't really think that there's any that's like as big as them. You feel me?
Right. I mean, I just looked it up now, so apparently we was wrong. QC has their own deal with Universal now, so they're not up under like
Hmm.
Capitol and Motown, and I think that's what most artists kind of want now, cause like basically I look at Drain like Drake, Wayne, and Nicki. They got like I think they got like one of the best deals because they have their own deals with Universal now. Like when Wayne got that stuff settled with Cash Money, he's he now has his own deal with Universal Music, and so does Drake, Wayne, Drake and Wayne, and I think that's what like more so artists want them to be signed up under a label that's signed to Universal. you know,
Damn.
like kind of cuts out the middleman. You know,
Yeah.
that's why people like Drake, Wayne, and Nicki could get any artist that they want to on their project. But then you got people like Meek Mill that said like, "Oh man, I never got paid from Atlantic," you know. But I just think it's real dope. I feel like what you said, Interscope, they're in a good position. But labels I have not heard from is like Columbia, and I think Columbia. I don't know if you ever heard of that record label, and I think
Mm-hmm.
Alamo. Alamo was like a real like think kind of small label. I don't know if they had XX. I forgot what label he's up under, but man, everybody's trying to get up under Atlantic, bro.
I don't even know why. Like it's like it's. I still think like being independent is still the move. But like Atlantic is, they got so many. I mean, they don't have as many problems as like like I said before, like Rock Nation. But I don't really think you're gonna go anywhere if you're under Atlantic. At least not immediately, unless they put you on other people's songs and shit. But I don't know. That's
Eh,
just how I feel. I still think that like that Interscope is like in terms of like their artists. I think like they're still at the top, and it's kind of hard to kind of pass them up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think Atlantic has so much of a big variety, and and I look at 300, like 300 was that label, but 300 now they have a bunch of like artists that used to be the top guys, like the T Grizzlies, the Young Thug, and Megan Thee Stallion. But her situation is kind of different because she signed to 300, but then
Yeah,
she's managed by Rock Nation. And I
yeah,
think maybe when she finished her contract, she might just sign to Rock Nation as an artist. You know,
that would be cool.
and yeah, but yeah, I feel like the QC deal, like them having their own thing with Universal, I think that's what most artists want, like to have their own, to cut out the middleman and to sign to, you know, Universal directly, because Universal own a lot of these labels.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
they
that's
ain't
all I
doing
pretty
shit
much
with
gotta
them.
say on it. Right,
Yeah, I ain't got
Shaq, what you think?
I ain't got really much to say. Um, is this I kind of gave up on the whole label thing like a couple years back. It seems like none of these labels really know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I already said in the last episode, like the fall off of good music. We see how shit goes behind scenes and stuff. Young Money, I don't know what the fuck Young Money really is anymore. MMG is not really popping like that. These some of these newer labels, I don't really keep up with like what's going. Like, bro, like this. Look, bro. Look, listen. This is the thing I'm talking about. This is why I always used to say like 2010s was like the best years of rap to me, because like you're hearing about these labels and they're cooking. You know what I'm saying? They're doing what they're supposed to do. Not even just 2010, but like even early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like the G Unit versus Murder Inc. days, like shit like that. Early Cash Money, like you're hearing about these guys, and like yeah, there was some shit going behind the scenes too, but like you're hearing about labels. You're like, bro, I remember in high school, people either be like, bro, I'm Team Young Money, I'm Team OVO, I'm Team Good Music, Rock Nation, Rockefeller. Like, bro, like you used to be hearing about these labels, and like you always think that like labels are like the number one keys to like success in life and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? For at least for like for like a child, like like an immature mind. You know what I'm saying? But like now
yeah,
it's just like all you're hearing about is like, oh, these labels, they're doing these tricks to like promote their artists, and bought up streams and this and that and whatever. It's just like, bro, like what's really going on, bro? What's really the issue? Because like I don't know. I just feel like the whole label market thing is just not working right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that like going independent is easy either. You know what I'm saying? But there must be like there has to be like a thing that's like kind of like making these artists like think about like, bro, it's like even signing to a label even worth it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get this bag, but at the same time it's like if I do like hit up like the right connections and shit, I can just make my own fucking bag. Like, that's how I just look at it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
What?
That's
Yeah, yeah, you're right, Shaq. Like I totally agree with you saying. Like as an outsider looking in, I just look at labels as like a bank. You know, like hey, you need to get a car, you need to get a house. Like the same way as people take out a loan to get a car, people take out a loan to get a house. You know, and then you just pay them back because that's all these artists doing. I remember Logic had a situation where he was trying to get a feature cleared that he wanted Wayne on one of his songs. Well, Wayne did the song, but the label didn't want to pay. And I think Wayne, his price was like 200K for a feature,
mm-hmm.
and the label they were like when they found out their price, they did not want to clear it because they like. No, we like Wayne, but we don't think Wayne is worth 200K. Now that's like debatable on how much somebody think that Wayne should charge, but pretty much the song ended up getting leaked, but I don't think it officially came out though. The verse officially came out.
Right.
Bottom line, like label didn't want to give Wayne 200,000. Uh,
That's wild.
that can be that can be argued on that, but you know what I can say is that like I know from outsiders looking in, like saying that artists should go independent. I know like that would make sense, but and it's like if it like these labels, you know, kind of give the artists the money, even though it's technically it's probably like their own money, you know, to be able to have the means to create and put an album together. That's why on this situation, I'm kind of like watching what I say because I don't know the cost of making an album. I can only
Yeah.
imagine. Like I don't know how much it costs. So somebody independently, like, okay, taking their own money to create that album, and you got to get this local producer that's down the street, but he's probably not gonna give you the same quality as like a Metro Boomin. And I don't know how much a Metro Boomin would charge for his beat,
Nigga,
but
Metro
but
will charge like 200, at least 300K for a beat, bro.
eh, yes, and I can only imagine the cost of studio time because half of the time, apparently, these guys be in the studio a lot of times just chilling before they even
Not doing shit. Yeah.
hours before they even make the music. So I could understand somebody say, you know, well, let me just sign so that they can take care of these expenses versus me paying this money like out of my own pocket because Invasion of Privacy was a big album. It was a dope album, but I'm pretty sure that album probably cost a bag to make. You know,
Of course it did.
and some of these artists have three or four producers producing one song. So then you got to count in mix and mastering. It's just a lot of stuff that I don't understand because I don't know how much it costs to make an album.
It
If
depends on the
y'all,
talent of the artist also, because if the artist can make their own beats, the cost is like cut down like immensely.
yeah,
You feel me?
yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right, but at the same time, a lot of these artists. Me and you had the conversation about SZA. You know, me and you talked about that. Like
Yeah.
she's probably just gonna come in and do the verse, but are a lot of these artists trying to mix and master and make their own beats, mix the drums and do all that. Some artists now, but the modern day artist is trying to do their verse and you know all the other expenses the label can take care of because I don't think it's cheap to make an album. You know, unless you got a homeboy down the street that know how to do all this stuff and you can cut him in on the slice. I'm pretty sure these albums probably take millions of dollars to make. Like I know Jack Harlow spent a nice bag on that album that he dropped. The one that had white cover art, something like that.
Oh, the one Come
Yeah,
Home the Kids Miss You?
yeah, he had Drake, he had Nicki, he had that, you know,
Yeah.
that it was a lot going on. So I can understand artists saying, you know what, I can't afford what my vision wants.
Bro, that just
So let me
reminds me, dog. Like, look at the track list of the Big Day. Imagine how much that shit cost.
man, see, and I'm saying this, and I'm not. Hey, look, I don't know Chance the Rapper's finances, but I mean, could he pay for that out of his own pocket? They
I
still
don't
have,
know, cause that shit had the
yeah,
baby, motherfucking Megan the Stallion. I think Meg was on there twice, or Nicki, one of them. Like they were on there twice,
Dog,
and it
and
had
John Witherspoon was on that shit, bro.
John Witherspoon,
John
Keith David, like
John Legend. I think John
John.
Legend. Yeah,
I don't like Smino, or I think Smino was on there. Like that shit was fucking wild, and the whole album was ass.
and then it's like so. I'm only thinking of this if he would have paid for it out of his own pocket. The only person who would have been at fault was him. But when you're signed to a label, that's different because it's maybe not coming out of your own pocket. But who knows? I don't think these artists got the money like that to be, you know, unless they're like a Drake or something, to actually pay for all of this stuff in full
Mm-hmm.
and and be able to live a comfortable life. Because that's the reason why I believe like a lot of these artists really just don't really think about, you know, the impact of the cost of them putting an album together, and that's the reason why I believe there's so many delays because these labels want to make sure that they, you know, make a comeback, you know, off of what they, you they invested into, and I think Playboy Cardi is the prime example. You know, I'm pretty sure that Interscope recouped after he dropped Iron Music after doing 300 equivalents the first week.
Yeah.
So that's all I gotta say, man.
Yeah.
Bro, this shit had Gucci Mane and Randy Newman on it, bro. Like SWV. How did he fuck up this bad? I'm sorry.
By being Chance the Rapper.
I'm saying, bro.
All right.
Like I said, man, that probably cost that album, The Big Day, probably had probably cost the big dollar. Like I'm
A
I'm
big
telling you,
check.
the big check
Yeah.
because I don't and that was back when the baby and Meg was like big. Now I'm pretty sure like the baby probably don't charge as much. Well, he shouldn't charge as much as back back in like 2019 because he's not he's not as big as he was back then. So yeah.
What a big load of. All right, next topic. Where Wiz Khalifa and Tyga stand in rap.
Nigga, Wiz Khalifa about to make a return, bro.
Who want to go first?
I,
Me, like I. Oh, what's up? No, you gonna check?
all I'm gonna just say with this part, I hope y'all watch that episode well, the YouTube video that I put in the Discord. I'm gonna assume that
Yeah.
y'all didn't. So anywho, but
What the fuck?
no, all I'm gonna say, the viewpoints that like I did notice when I was watching it was like he was talking about like the industry, and he was talking about like at early 2010s he was like popping, like everybody was working with him. He was cool. He was doing pop songs and everything like that. He was that guy to go to when it came to like a lot of that shit. But he did, and he talked about it. It's just like when you're hot, like you're invited to these parties, you're to these shows, these events or whatever, and things are like things are looking good for you. But it's like after a while, and it's not like Wiz was ever like inconsistent. Like he was always dropping something, like at least almost every single year, whether it was like a project, album, mixtape, whatever, he was dropping. But I guess some of that steam kind of quelled down after a while, because there's new rappers coming to the game, especially during that time. His peers, you had Drake, Kendrick, Cole, Joey, Big Crit, what you call it, Currency was doing this thing. Like a lot of people was dropping around that time, and I did notice that like after 2013, 14, like Wiz kind of like quiet down a little bit. Not because of him, it's just like the industry was just moving, and he was talking about it, and he was like saying it's just like yeah, like he'll be kind of looking forward to some of these events and whatever, waiting for that call, and that call just never really came and showed up. And then like when he asked about it, it's just like, well, oh well, yeah, we invited people, we just you just didn't get the invite. And he was just like, oh, like damn, that's how it is. And he didn't feel no type of way about it. Like Wiz is a chill dude, you know what I'm saying? He didn't feel no type of way about it, but it's just like that kind of opened his mindset to like realize like if you're not scorching hot for like consistently or whatever, you will not gonna say fall off, but your name will start to disappear in like certain headlines and stuff like that. And he accepted that, and he was fine with that because he said at the end of the day, like as long as his fans still care for him, he's still able to book shows and stuff like that. That's all he worrying about. Even like his biggest single, like Black and Yellow, people still request that song to be played at certain events or whatever. And every time when he performs it, it's like a brand new experience because granted, when that song came out, it was like what 2010, 2011, when it dropped or whatever. That song was like making people get like the little patch, the yellow patch in their afros and shit like that. Like it was it wasn't like nothing groundbreaking, but it was a song that was like really big, and now is he explained that like every time when he does play that song, it's just legit for like the newer generation, because all of us during that time we was kids, teenagers, whatever. That time already passed, but like now these new kids they can also experience that same song, and and the song's not the song is old, but like it's still still aged well to a certain extent, you know. So
Yeah.
that was the stuff that I kind of that I kind of like learned from watching that interview with Wiz. I'll link it in like I'll link it in the detail after the podcast is done and everything. But yeah, I'll say give it a watch, and he does give like some more detailed insights and everything. So yeah, so that's all I gotta say about that. Hello.
I'm still
Oh,
here.
who going next? You going next, Trevor?
Yeah. It's about Wiz, right?
Yeah.
It's
Wiz and Tiger. Wiz and Tiger.
well, I can't really comment that much about Tyga, but when it comes to Wiz, I do still think that he's about to have a little bit of a resurgence, as if, I mean, assuming that it's not really already there. But I like how he performed on Full Court Press with Currency and Big Crit. Um, that was a really good album for me, and I think he is coming out with something like
He
soon, right?
he
Isn't
just
he?
dropped an album.
What's the album?
Cushion Orange Juice too.
Oh, it came out already.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna have to listen to that within the next while I'm at work or something.
Yeah.
And so he's still I think his rollout is actually more productive than it has been in the past because usually he would be dropping some shit and a nigga like me wouldn't even fucking know, you
Yeah.
know.
It
So whatever his formula is or whoever he has staff like with his team, he obviously switched it up to where he wants to start getting taken seriously again and stop just chilling.
yeah, I think yeah, cuz I think with him cuz I don't even think it's a label issue. I think his team works with him well. I think
Hmm.
it's just I think it's just the clout thing is just like he was popping for like a certain time for an era. It's kind of like with Big Crit, like because both of them was like they was popping during the like I want to say 2010 to 2014 was probably like the most attention that Crit was like kind of getting during that time, especially
No, it
since
was all until like 2019.
no, I was just saying because like I was saying because whenever like I talk to like someone like my coworkers or whatever who's like around like the same age as us or whatever, and I mention
Hmm.
Big Crit, they always like say like the same thing. They'll just be like, "Man, I haven't heard that name since like 2012, 2013." And that's
Mm.
only because like I said, like his albums, like I think Live from the Underground, some of the singles, country shit, like all this shit was still popping like during like that. But when it comes to like maybe after 2014, uh it's just more the sense of like if you're not like a deep hip hop head or you're not like a big Crit fan or whatever, you may have a hard time like keeping up with him. Is because like you've been after a certain while like you was focused on like every other artist, like you kind of forgot about Crit. And it's not like it's Crit's fault either. Like he was he was being consistent, but it's just like I said with the whole Wiz Khalifa thing, it's just like you're popping for like a certain time, and you're doing your thing, and people rock with you. But after a while, like people just kind of just end up doing different things, and that's just how I look at it. You know.
Mm, okay. Uh, I give my opinion on it next. I kind of have a kind of a very interesting perspective on these two. Wiz Khalifa and Tiger, I believe that they're both artists that I see them as like being like prominent artists back in that little swag era, like
Mm,
2011, 2012.
the blog era.
You know, what'd you say?
It's called the blog era.
The blog era.
Yeah.
Okay, the block era, but in terms of just their style as well, they still had that style swag. So even though it was the block era, but just in the swag, all that. I think that played a huge part in pushing their music as well. I'm gonna just say this: when I listen, Wiz Khalifa, like it's been a minute since I listened to Rolling Papers One, but
Mm.
when I did listen to Rolling Papers One, I'm like, okay, that was a solid project. Um, and he had a couple other solid projects, but he did. I remember my last project listening to Wiz Khalifa was Rolling Papers Two,
Yeah.
and I just was like, it wasn't bad. I just felt like there was no need for a sequel because the first one was done right.
Yeah.
Um, and then he came around with. I have not listened to Cushion OJ too, but at the same time, I know the first one was a pretty solid project. It's kind of like I feel like he's doing that, like making these sequels to these um solid projects is because to try to kind of build that momentum like up again. Not that he needs it, because I feel like he's in a interesting place.
Yeah.
But I just think it's like kind of like to bring back that aura that he once had. But um, when I look at Wiz, I just see him as an artist that I think for a minute I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to be mean. I think for a minute I feel like Wiz kind of got comfortable. I feel like he dropped, but he always was consistent. That's what I liked about him.
Hmm.
But I feel like these last couple of years, I feel like he kind of just maintained. And I don't think he kind of like challenged himself to reach that next level because I feel like he should be like. I see more people bring up Young Thug and Travis Scott than Wiz Khalifa, and I know that he don't care to be in those conversations or stuff like that. But I always felt like Wiz had more potential to be bigger than what he was musically. Where to the point where I feel like if Wiz wanted to, he could put out an Astro World. And what I'm not saying Astro World, I'm not saying trying to sound like Astro World, trying to sound like Travis Scott, but I feel like he could be more.
Hold on.
What you say?
Like
Go ahead.
he's not in a bad position. He has like multiple of the biggest songs ever.
Wait, hold.
I
Wait, I also have something to say
I'm
about this. Hold on, give me a second. Um,
mhm.
Dewan, do you think that maybe is a chance that like people just just grown from that sound a bit, like from that whole
um
weed style or whatever?
yes, and I just so yes, and I'm glad you understand what I'm saying. I'm not crapping on Wiz Khalifa, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad you understand. What I'm just saying is I just think that the his generation. Okay, so the people that was bumping Rolling Papers one right in 2011, right? The people that was 18 back in 2011 versus it's 2025. I feel like maybe that audience that he was talking to back then have grown older,
yeah,
right? And then the younger kids, well, like I'm not a kid, but like my age, where I'm younger, I'm in my early 20s. You know, I'm definitely not trying to hear that sound. And then the people that maybe did listen to that sound back then, they probably still listen to it or they probably outgrown it, right?
yeah,
I just feel like that I'm not gonna say his music is bad or something like that. But I feel like it could be like, for example, I look at Two Chains, where his music kind of aged, kind of like he can be able to still maintain his sound and still be able to have the young people and kind of have the old people. He kind of have like that balance.
yeah,
With Wiz Khalifa, I just think that his fans are still his day ones. It's still the people that are still been bumping him like y'all age, the people that still was Wiz Khalifa fans back then, 9 times out of 10, they're still Wiz Khalifa fans now.
right,
And so
Right.
I just feel like he maintained his audience, but I'm gonna give a critique, and this is not a harsh critique. I'm just saying this.
Nah, be
It's not
honest.
because
Be honest.
I just think that musically, I never what I heard in the last couple of years is not like I feel like he kind of got comfortable in his sound. I feel like he could have evolved and he could have like not he had to change how he sounded, but I just felt like he was comfortable in the state he in because he definitely been had the potential. So I don't feel like he fell off or nothing like that. I just feel like he was comfortable in the state that he's in, and I feel like he could have challenged himself more. Like I remember back in 2015, I was really excited because he was doing songs with Uzi, and he was kind of like experimenting a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he dropped this project called Khalifa, and I remember I'm like, oh man, okay. But then he went back to his. After that, he went back to his traditional sound. I just think he just chose to maintain the space that he's in. I mean, it worked out, but and back to Tyga. Tyga's one of the ones. He's tricky because he's gonna drop a hit on you every few years. Like he's gonna sneak a hit in. Like he snuck that hit in with Offset, and the same thing with Doja Cat.
Yeah.
Like like he's gonna be one of the ones where he's gonna probably be like that, maybe that last feature on that hit song, but he's still gonna be on there. like like it's gonna be to the point where, man, how did Tiger get on this song? Like that's why I feel like he hasn't completely fell off. But I will say this, and I ain't listened to a full Tiger album in a long time. Like I mean, actually sitting down and listening to a full Tiger album, it's probably been since 2015. And I remember
You better than
Tiger.
me.
I remember Tiger from a lot of his mixtapes. I was never a big album. Like his mixtapes, like I remember when his mixtapes used to come out on Dat Pill. I used to listen to them. But
Hmm.
albums wise, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Tiger took rap as serious. I just never think he took it as serious for some reason.
He
I
has a
just
lane, and but the thing is, like with that lane, it's kind of like it's relevant, but it's like you have to go to clubs for that shit. Like he's played a lot in like strip clubs, uh, social clubs, like shit like that, where like you drinking, you partying. That's where he's heavy in, and I think like we that that is a avenue, a valid avenue for rappers, and if you're doing good in there, it kind of set. You feel me? Because like a lot of his songs are still being played there.
Yeah.
You know, and back to Wiz Khalifa, I'm just saying, bro, this
go
nigga's
ahead.
he has songs that a lot of niggas albums don't even do better than in terms of numbers. I think that if
I
he's
mean,
chilling, he can
yeah.
because see you again, bro, ain't no song passing that in rap, unfortunately
I, I,
or fortunately.
I mean, you're right. That's what I'm gonna just say this, bro. I just think that Wiz Khalifa, I just think that he caters his music to his audience. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
I don't think Wiz Khalifa is trying to challenge himself to be able to make a different sound. You know,
yeah,
because I feel like he could do that. At one point in time, I think in 2015, he was trying to do that. Like I remember, like when We Them Boys dropped, that was something different, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like
that's an
Yeah.
anthem.
he had,
Yeah. I
he had,
agree. I agree.
and 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 I'm like, man, I really like when he tried to do that, but then, he went back to his traditional sound. I just think that he kind of likes to stay in that particular sound because I'm gonna be honest, the sound that like that traditional sound that he does now, it's probably just gonna be for his day ones. I don't think a 15-year-old is probably gonna be trying to like, you know, do a deep dive and try to listen to Kush and OJ too, right?
Yeah,
It's gonna be maybe for people that just came up off that era because to me it's kind of dated in my opinion, but um that's just because of I mean I kind of got over that sound, but at the same time there's people that still like Shaq say about memorabilia or something.
Memorabilia.
There's
Yeah.
some people that like to still stay in that era because if you listen to his songs that came out in like 2011 and you listen to some of the songs he drops now, it's not that big of a difference. Like so, I kind of was I remember when he was on a Fast and the Furious soundtrack before too, and I'm like, okay, he's experimenting, but then again, he went back to his traditional sound, and sometimes I do be upset why certain artists don't put Wiz Khalifa on their projects, but I can kind of understand because if you know that a certain artist is gonna stick to their sound and they're not gonna try to adapt, why put them on your project? So
I mean, it kind of also challenges you as an artist if you're able to make a song that artist can fit on as well. It kind of goes hand in hand because like it's not like Wiz Khalifa's asking to be a part of it, but it's like, hey, I think this song would be good for Wiz, for a rapper like him. And then if that song turns out to actually cater to his sound, then that's a good job for the main artist because their vision is being realized. Because I don't think Wiz is being
I,
forced upon on people's track list nowadays.
no, he's not. But once again, I have to say this: if an artist is comfortable in making their sound and it works for them, you know, for example, if like for example, and I give this props, like to be able to have to stay in your own lane and to still be in the conversation is still a trophy within themselves, right? To
Yeah,
it's been 10 plus years, man. He looks young, but he's been in the industry for a long time. To still be in the industry, probably he probably been in the game over 15 years,
Yeah.
and to still be able to make your own sound and people still talk about you is dope within themselves. But then again, but like I say, just my only critique is this: is because he chose to stay in his own lane, not to
yeah,
kind of experiment, not to kind of not to try something new. Because We Them Boys would have been a perfect era to kind of like do something different. But that's his choice. But if he would have, I'm just hypothetically, if he would have, it would have been really interesting to see Wiz Khalifa step out of his box more. So I'm not saying he should have changed his sound. It would be a real dope thing for him to step out of his box more and to try different things. But hey, it's working out for him.
yeah,
I mean, shit. I think he's in a good place overall because like I think he's working really more in that movie space, like that movie soundtrack space. Because I just remember while we was talking about it that he was also in the first Sonic movie soundtrack.
yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, Sega must have paid him. Sega or Paramount, they must have paid him like a decent amount. And I was just like I say, he was also in Fast and Furious or what? Well, Fast and Furious,
Yeah, that
right?
will see you again. Yeah,
Yeah,
that will see you again.
yeah. So it's like, I think he's just fine, bro. I think
Bro,
I
he is one Ed Sheeran feature from being back on top in
no,
terms of sales.
bro. I think this is my theory with this. All right, because Ari, and once again, it sucks being a somewhat. Well, I don't even think I'm really a fan anymore. But it sucks being a. It sucks. It sucked to be a Kanye fan at one point. But when Ye was on the Drink Champ show, and there's a reason why I'm bringing this up. When he was on the Drink Champ show, he was mentioning I'm getting fucked up in this game.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, bro.
When he was on the Drink Champ show and he was like kind of like bashing like some artists to never got bigger, especially like when he brought up Just Blaze and like saying that like Just Blaze could have been like where he's at, but he chose to stay back. And Just Blaze had to go on Twitter and explain himself that like bro, I could have been in the same position that he was into, but that wasn't that wasn't him. Like he didn't want to align himself with something like that.
Yeah, he ain't trying to be no rapper. That nigga just trying to make beats.
Yeah, exactly. And even if he was, because there are like bigger producers and stuff, but like Just Blaze chose to.
Bro, that nigga had Jay-Z defending him.
Yeah, bro.
Like he's good.
Yeah, Just Blaze is in a wonderful position, bro. He's not out here complaining about this and that. Whatever goes behind closed doors, that's just him and his family's privacy, bro. At least you ain't hearing about, you know, this and that and so whatever. Like no drama stuff that's included. Like he's in a fine position, and that's how I kind of look at some of these artists who's like, yeah, they could have been in a Travis Scott position. They could have been in a Drake position. They could have been Eminem or whatever the case is, but they chose not to because There's nothing wrong with just being comfortable in the position that you're in, as long as you're able to put food on the table at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, like you artists like Kendrick and Cole, like they wanna put their like they want to be at the top of the game because that's how hungry they are. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with
Hmm.
Drake. Same thing with Ye to an extent. You know, but that's their choice. I don't like that. There always has to be this narrative that like somebody has to be in the same position that these other guys are because of they came out around the same time. People choose what they want to do, bro. This is like with me, like I ain't gonna talk about like too much of my personal life, but like sometimes people ask me how come I don't try to strive to be a manager or somewhere in a higher ranking because I know what them people be dealing with, and it's not like I'm afraid of like extra pressure and whatever, but I don't want to be put in a position where something happens, like I mess up on something and that's my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I'm in this one position and like yeah, it may seem like I'm being comfortable, but guess what? I'm still able to put food on the table. I'm still able to buy the stuff that I want to get, pay my cars, whatever the case is, and I'm good. I'm chilling. If I want to go that extra route, I can do it. I will do it. But as of right now, I'm chilling, bro. That narrative of like people needs to be in higher positions because of this and that, or whatever, it needs to stop, bro. Not everybody's trying to become the
That's
fucking
just
president.
egos. That's just people with egos talking, and they having a platform, and their takes are getting shared around because they're already famous. That's really all it is. A lot
Yeah,
of niggas are not gonna agree with that.
yeah, and then guess what? And those people who do have those egos or whatever, it comes with a whole bunch of problems. It comes with
A
all
lot,
those
and it ain't
problems.
fucking worth it at all.
You know what I'm
It's never worth it.
You know what I'm saying? Even with somebody like with Wayne, Wayne already proved himself to be one of the most top five MCs of all fucking time, rappers, whatever the case is. And yeah, he can continue still doing that. But guess what? Homie is chilling. However Carter Six gonna turn out to be, it does not matter because at the end of the day, the people that was rocking with him during his peak years are always gonna still put him in his top three of all time. And this is how it is. And same thing with Wiz. Wiz
If this album isn't really good, I don't know if they should still be doing that.
I mean, look, bro. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Ain't nobody else making a milli. Ain't nobody else making. Well, I think some people gonna make a lollipop.
It does not matter to you. It does not matter to you. I mean that's it. Carter Six, whether Carter Six is a good album or a bad album, it does not matter to you. But there are people like me who are really expecting something big on this
Yeah,
project.
No, I mean, and I understand it. I respect it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, like people already made their marks because like it's like okay, like for those who still like like for those who's like an Eminem fan or whatever, like Slim Shady is not there anymore. He comes and goes whenever he wants to. But if you expect Slim Shady to be there every future project at the age that Eminem is at right now, you're like I don't know what for you to expect. You know what I'm saying?
okay, but like the thing is like Eminem's not that good anymore though. So like that's kind of like
Yeah, but okay.
that's the point.
All right, but why y'all getting on Wayne about it though? Like, if Wayne's is chilling, then what's the issue?
He's still a rapper. Like if he's releasing some bullshit, we gotta say, hey, this nigga's releasing some bullshit.
Yeah, but okay, and I
I,
get that because we're not about to sit here and act like that niggas were talking about funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like, like we get it. Like Wayne was still dropping some trash even after like Carter 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's just like, but what I'm
but
saying,
that was still new. Like that was still like that was still new. But like now it's like he's released so much bullshit that like if Carter 6 isn't, it's a numbered Carter, it's a numbered Carter entry as well. If that's not good, because 5 wasn't that good, then people may have to chill out on that fucking like top 3 shit with Wayne.
well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, in these days, I don't really even see that much people even really putting Wayne in that category. I see they kind of just put
no,
him.
oh,
Hold
No, they
on,
still doing
hold
it.
no, hold on, hold on,
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on. I see more people just. I feel like people need to just start categorizing like certain eras because I can't look. I can't expect for certain rappers like okay, there's like Nas. Nas, people can still put Nas in his top three, but there was a time where Nas was going through a drought period. You know what I'm saying? Were you still gonna say Nas was in your top three when he did that project with Kanye, or when he dropped Life Is
Yes,
Good?
yes. That's just 2 albums. He came back with 6 fucking albums that are better than all of those. Wayne has yet to do something like that.
So none of the Collie Grove projects were good.
Were they as good as Carter 4 or 5? I mean, 3 or 4.
Man, I'm just saying is it's just like, come on,
He
bro.
still did I'm Not a Human Being too. He still did Rebirth. He still did the fucking, like, he still did Funeral. Like, he still did shit that matters. You have to tally that with the good stuff that he did.
Okay, well
And it comes to a point to where, like, now he's hyping up something, and if it's not as good as the other number in the series, maybe he just doesn't have it no more. The thing is, people gave too many chances to Kanye. So it's like, it kind of, that mentality of, like, someone still having that status because of what they've done in the past when they're still dropping music. I think that, like, that's kind of like, I don't want to say it's toxic, but that kind of is like a damning, like, mindset, because you're still, like, giving them chances to drop some more bullshit.
You know what? Okay, actually, yeah, you're.
Oh,
I will say this. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk. I will say this. Like, I get it. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not about to, like, just defend Wayne and just be like, okay, he's forever gonna be like the guy or whatever. I'm just saying that, like, he has the songs where, like, he did his thing, and it's just like, if y'all still, if, like, for those who still want to put him in their top three, that's y'all. But just know that, like, he has some BS that came along with it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because, like,
right.
yeah, go ahead, go, bro. That man Dewan is antsy, bro. That nigga, that nigga's figures is
I
itching,
mean,
bro.
I mean, because I'm just hearing so much, but I'm just going, I'm gonna be the one in the middle. I'm just gonna say this. I think, you know, two things could be true at the same time, and I think this is because of, we all speaking from our different experiences, and I'm gonna just close out like on the Wiz Khalifa thing,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna just say this because I know there's people maybe watching like, oh my gosh, like they may feel like I'm trashing Wiz Khalifa. I'm gonna just say this. I'm not the biggest fan of that sound of music. I'm gonna be honest. Like that, the type of sound that he makes,
the
I
weed
like you
style.
said. I think
Just say it, the weed style.
yeah, yeah, the weed style. And yes, I have smoked several times in my
Hey,
life,
we
but
ain't gotta
still,
go
even
about
when I,
all. We ain't gotta
oh,
go about
oh,
all that,
oh,
man. We.
okay,
Yeah, he smoked
oh,
barbecue.
uh,
He was on the
okay,
grill.
yes, on the grill, heavy, right? But it still wasn't my thing. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just not the biggest fan of that sound, like of that music. So somebody may say, there might be somebody listening like, oh man, Cushion OJ dropping, like, oh my gosh, part two dropping, this is about to be crazy. And I may not understand, but there's people that's looking at me like, why are you so excited over Carter 6? So that's because, and so I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of that type of sound of music. And back to the Tiger thing, um, I have not. I kind of feel bad. I have not really gave Tigers probably the last couple of albums a full listen, and I know that sounds so bad, and I feel bad for saying that,
Not really.
but
I feel
but
bad for saying. I feel bad for thinking this. I feel like we talked about Tiger more than he deserved.
To be
uh,
honest.
That's
okay,
that sounds fucked up, but that's what I really feel about it.
Look,
but
the only thing
yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna just say about Tyga is just like, look, Tyga, Tyga, right? Like,
Okay.
he just has his own lane of, like, okay, he's more just a club artist, and, like, cause
Yeah.
I know for sure, like, if you used to have like a one-on-one conversation with him and you just ask him like, Tyga, you really think you that guy? And he's like, bro, I'm just chilling. And that's what be his response. I feel like he would just be like, bro, I just be chilling. And it's okay. Like no, I'm pretty I need to meet the person who will actually put Tyga in their top three. I need even if they said it back then. Even if they said it back then, because bro, unless your favorite song was the lemon and coconut, I just don't understand how you could say that. And there's no disrespect to Tyga, but I just feel like Tyga's just a guy who just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? And as far as I know, he's in a good spot too. You know what I'm saying? You know, it could be worse. You know what I'm saying? But he's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we could say Tiger and Wiz are definitely the same thing. How people say like okay, how y'all just said about Wiz. Even though I'm not a fan of that sound of music,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, I feel like I just feel like we're past that musically. But that's just my opinion. I feel like I'm past that sound. But there are still some people out there that's like, no, we're gonna keep that sound alive. It's never gonna die, and they're entitled to that opinion as well. But I guess we could say like Tyga and Wiz Khalifa are in their own places, like, and they
Mm-hmm.
have their own fan bases. I mean, the only thing that I will have to say is this: I mean, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes as when it comes to Tiger and Wiz, I feel like we're a little bit more mellow on them, like a little bit like we're pulling our punches versus if we were having this conversation about Wayne or Two Chains.
Nah,
You know,
I ain't pulling no
I,
punches. I'm just being realistic because like they're not they're not Kendrick to me. They're not Cole to me. Like they're not Nas to me. They're not guys that like I really look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Wiz maybe
Okay.
Wiz at one point, because I'm not about to sit and act like when he had dropped Taylor Alderdice, like I was on that mixtape for months. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I kind of just as I get older and kind of just get off of artists for like after a while, like I just understand that like people just grow off that sound. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I said.
so did you outgrow that song? Did you?
Yeah, because like who wants to like keep hearing about like weed stuff for like 20 like 5 to 10 years and I'm no no
Niggas
all
that
right,
still
all right.
smoke
So if
weed.
you look, I'm gonna be honest. All right, if you want my honest opinion, if you want my honest opinion, how I feel about Wiz music, I did grow off of it because like I feel like it wasn't even just the weed style. The weed style, some of the beat selections wasn't really hitting, and like I said, Wiz don't really have stuff to really talk about other than like he just be chilling doing whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga was on mind control and ruined that fucking song with E40.
I ain't gonna say all of that, but but but
I
yeah, I never looked at Wiz as like someone I was able to relate to. Whatever, he was just a chill dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. Tyga, he. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's probably a question that you need to probably ask like a girl or something, or like a female listener, because like I see he's more of like I see he caters to more to that audience more to the dudes. You know what I'm saying? Especially when if you hear most of his songs, he just be talking about his stuff and whatever. That's for the girls, bro. That's like baddies type audience. Like shit like them. Like asking a nigga about like, man, how you feel about the new Tiger tape? It's like, nigga, what? like and that
Tyga.
yeah, it's like come on, bro. Like let's be real. Like if he's on a feature with Chris Brown and Wayne and whatever, that's like a club song that everybody bump to or a house party or whatever. Cool, but ain't nobody trying to hear all of that. We're not even in the era where we could be like. To be honest with you, I still don't even understand how niggas even be going to the clubs nowadays with all this shit going on. But I get it though. You know what I'm saying? But that's all Tiger is. That's all Tiger is.
Trevin.
That's all Wiz is.
So I asked Shaq. Basically he sums it up. He said, "Look, he outgrew Wiz's sound." Now Tiger, I already know Trevor how you feel about him based on what you said several
Yeah.
times on this podcast.
Yeah.
But have you outgrown Wiz Khalifa's sound, or do you still are you still inclined to that sound?
That nigga Trevor never mentioned like Wiz or any of them dudes as far as I ever known him, bro. He never, and if he
But
did,
particularly Wiz.
I as far as
Okay,
long as
okay.
for the 15 years I known Trevin, I never heard him say Wiz, bro. I never heard that nigga ever mention Wiz,
Wait.
Khalifa, Taylor Alderdice, Taylor Gang, Chuck,
Hold on.
Chucks, like Taylor Chucks. I never heard this nigga mention Wiz now once, unless he was featured with Crit, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only fucking time that nigga ever mentioned Wiz.
That's my experience with Wiz is his features, bro. So like his features in his singles, and then that one song that sampled Green Hills on. That's it.
Yeah.
So like but I will say in like the full court press album and like Cushion Orange Juice, but like I think I was forced to listen to that shit. But like to be honest, Wiz's song still does pop up in the car, and I do like them, but Tyga's don't. So at least with Wiz, I can still listen to him. And with the new album, I am trying to listen to the new album. If Tyga's dropping some shit, I guarantee you it would not be a topic in this podcast.
I have one more thing to say pertaining to you, Trevin. Full court. What's it called? Full court press.
Full court press. Full court press.
Full court press. I didn't like that project. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, for real?
And it's not because of Wiz, not because of Crit, and who was the other guy? Currency. Yeah. It just. I think if they had dropped a project like that, not like with the same beats or whatever, but if they had dropped a project similar to that, like back in 2010, it would have worked. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's the feeling I got from it. It just reminded me of the Dat Piff days. That's a Dat Piff type of project.
Yeah, because for those who, and I know we've been on this topic for a while, so we're about to move on. But for those who, excuse me, for those who remember, there was a time where Sean, Currency, and Wiz had also not dropped the project, but he dropped some singles, and it was like some weed shit. I think one of the songs was called Flowers and some other stuff. This is where this is where my Wiz fan ability came in, because I was popping with Wiz for like a good minute, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do remember it was like on SoundCloud or YouTube that Wiz, Currency, and Sean had dropped some songs, and you could hear it on the Detroit mixtape that Sean uploaded on streaming services and shit. And I like that energy because like the beat selections were nice. It was like some 70s hippie music, whatever. Kind of like some shit that would have been played like on the Mac and Dev project with Snoop and Wiz. You know what I'm saying? But it was good. And so I was kind of expecting that same sound with the full court press project, but it didn't. Like it just didn't click. And I'm just like, you know, and I may be a little biased here, but it ain't Currency's problem, because Currency's that dude, and Crit is that dude.
But, well, yeah, Wiz is the weakest link. I mean, I could have told you that.
Yeah,
That's Currency and Crit though. Like he ain't got no choice but to be the weakest link.
Yeah. But yeah, to kind of end this.
Damn, you got fucked up. Okay, my bad.
No, I did, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But to kind of end this topic, because we've been on it for like maybe like 15 minutes now. Wiz is in a good spot. Tyga, he's in his own spot. You know what I'm saying? At least Tyga's not in that position where he was back in like 2016, dealing with Drake and label issues and getting his fucking Tiger taken away or whatever. You know, like he's
not Tyga's Tiger.
Yeah, he chilling, bro. But y'all ready to move on to the next topic?
I got past that sound. I'm just past that sound, so I know it's gonna be like a lot of people that be like, "What are you talking about?" I'm past that sound now.
Nah, I
no, but respect to those guys.
All right. Next topic. Was Post Malone truly ever a culture vulture?
Of course.
You think so?
Yes. That's not even debatable. Like the nigga ain't making music in this space anymore. He ain't even. I don't even think the nigga's even getting rappers as features anymore.
Nah, it's been a long time. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like, what is he doing now?
He's making country songs.
This nigga's making fucking country
He
songs. You
he
gotta be,
he. I think on his album he had Morgan Wallen or some shit like that. Like he,
and fucking Blake Sheldon and
all them dudes.
bro. This nigga, yeah, that's as culture vulture as possible. Like, I don't think it can get any more cut like clear and dry. What is it? Was it cut and dry than that? It's
Yeah.
like
Cause I mean I'm not gonna lie to you because for a time like I was kind of listening to Post Malone's music for a while and like when all those culture vulture allegations started to pop up, I was just like, bro, like I just kind of looked at it as just like one, y'all kind of did that to yourselves because, bro, first of all, I letting a white dude with braids in his hair and then fucking grills that was already a red flag as it was. You know what I'm saying? At least in my opinion. But they are fucking me up, bro. But but I still kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt because like I'm like, okay, even if in sometime in the future that he does end up doing country music or whatever, it's just like maybe people just start to like just grow off a sound, you know what I'm saying? Or they just want to start doing their own things because the first three projects he had from Stonely to Beers and Bentley and uh Pray, something to my downfall, whatever the case is, like they all had rappers on there and like they worked with them and they all benefited from it, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
when he started to like kind of venture off in the country, it's just like he's just probably just doing his own thing. He's just experimenting a little bit or whatever. So it's just like, hey, let him do him. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like after a while he started doing more country songs and just stopped working with rappers like entirely. I was just like, oh, you just embracing it now. This is like, ugh. Well, it was good while it lasted. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
more money and power to you, but yeah, you can never come back to this space again. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it.
This motherfucker had Tim McGraw on his shit, bro. Like that's Tim McGraw, motherfucking Dolly Parton. Like that's bro. He had like the fucking country Justice League on his shit, bro.
Yeah,
Not a single rapper in sight, or fucking like anybody in this damn space. Like this nigga definitely used us
was to I'm gonna use the rap thing, then I'm gonna work my way up to country music. I
Nobody's
just
saying that. No
I
one's
just
saying that
believe
that's
he
what he meant to do.
experimented. I
Yeah,
believe he experimented and it worked. Like who would have thought that when Nicki Minaj made Super Bass, that Super Bass would, open up so many doors for her.
but she's still in a rap space though. She's not
But
trying
she
to
was in
get
a pop
fucking.
era for a long time. And
You can
she
still
you
be pop and rap. That's not.
no but I'm gonna tell you, Nicki's pop music is okay. All right, let me, cause I ain't trying to attract the type of audience, but I'm gonna just say this.
Wait,
Right.
hold on. Let me just say this, bro. I feel like with oh shit, I lost train of thought. God damn it, fuck. All right, go
Bro,
ahead,
I'm
go
just
ahead.
only thing I'm saying is that that's what he did is the definition of the culture vulture, whether his intention was to do it or not, because of the track list, like the features that he has on the country album. That's like if he wanted to do that, he should have been doing that from the get go. If I have aspirations, if I have
No,
aspirations, yes, if I have
no.
aspirations to have someone like motherfucking like Jill Scott on an album or something, I'm not gonna employ a fucking feature from goddamn like Migos or something to propel myself to the status to do that. To get someone like Jill Scott or like some R&B legends. That's what he did.
But
Because
go
because
ahead.
before then, like Tim McGraw wasn't making music with niggas. The only person he that I remember that him making a music with was Nelly, and Nelly was Nelly by the time he did that. Nelly was like top of the fucking game, and Nelly still stayed a rapper even afterwards. But Post Malone is literally his content. You would be if you showed a nigga that fucking country album and then like be hey check this out, you'd be like damn why he on a song with a whole bunch of rappers. It's just a whole. That's what I'm saying is that he did that shit after the rap shit, and is like basically has a whole fucking stadium tour now just off the rap shit in that one Spider Verse song. Not a single rap song in. I mean, just off the country shit and the Spider Man song. Not a single rap song in that set list in sight. He is going international with that
Well,
content.
well, let me just say this. Like, now that I remember, Post did just start like he just now started hitting like the country lane. Like I want to say like probably 2 or 3 years. Yeah, like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 'Cause I see like the first country album he did was Austin, and that was 2023. So I mean, there's still a chance that like he can always just not I ain't gonna say go back, but like there's still a chance that like maybe all right he's just experimenting like he wants to do country, you know what I'm saying? But ain't no
Right.
telling in the future like okay if a rapper does want to work with him, I don't think he's going to decline it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that like right now his main focus is just to do country music, and I don't have no problem with that because like even like after like the main three majority of hip hop projects or whatever, he dropped another project called like 12 Carat Toothache or whatever. He still
Mm-hmm.
had rap. He still had like Gunna and Doja Cat on there, and that was 2022. So I'm kind of just giving him the benefit of the doubt that like he just wants to do country music right now, and there's still that chance or opportunity if the hip hop community allows him because they ain't really rocking with him, which
Bro,
like I get it, but I mean, bro, look, maybe it's just like I'm feeling pity. Maybe like I'm not thinking too much about it. But if you have like the whole damn near like half the whole community saying that like you're not rap, you're just a culture vulture, whatever, I'm gonna just feel like oh, I guess y'all just don't want me then. That's how I'm looking
bro,
at it.
okay. That's what I'm saying is he can have the aspirations to do the country shit. What I am saying is for him to be in the position to get the features that he had
Uh huh.
on that country album because these are not small fucking country artists. These are like the cream of the crop. These are like the legends in country. For
Right.
him to be in that position, he had to use rap to do that and use the be and propel himself into a point to where he could get those people on that project. If he did not make Sunflower, Rockstar, you know, congratulations, better now, like those songs, if he had not made those songs with the rap, uh, like with that rap aesthetic that that uses that, he would not be able to do that. He would not be able to ask Tim McGraw and Dolly Parton on a song because he would just be an aspiring country artist. Them niggas ain't on a fucking Shabuzi song, and he's a country artist.
I mean, it's like this, and I understand what you're saying. I mean, I feel like the way Post Malone's career was heading, I feel like he was gonna be this big star regardless. But I will have to say this: um, black artists may not be able to say that they a culture appropriate, but there are some black artists that I have seen that have played certain games and to use a pop lane to propel them into, like, I think of Doja Cat. I
Pop is
mean,
different.
I, I still look at it. I still look at it as a form of playing some type of game to get to where you to where you want to be. I'm
Yeah.
stuttering. So I still feel okay. So we may not be able, because Doja Cat's black, we may not be able to say, oh, she's culture appropriating because of course she's black. We're not gonna say that, but
No.
she still plays some type of game to get to where she was now.
Yes, but she
So,
did that with pop. Pop can have black people in it, or have
but
black, because Michael Jackson is like the king of pop. It's like
so
she,
white people cannot do that with rap. They can't.
bro, you're not listening to me. What I'm saying is that he is at his content right now. You would be convinced that he never fucked with rap in the first place, and that he was wanting to use it for what he really wanted to do. At least with Doja Cat, she's still fucking with rappers, and pop stars are still fucking with her. At least with that, she's still in that certain lane, and her talent is not fake, or not fake. Well, her talent is like still there. She can still rap her ass off, and she's still like really talented, regardless of the pop stuff. Yes, she played the game to propel herself forward, but she's still a rapper at the end of the day. Post Malone literally used rap. He used it as a tool, not as, he didn't embrace it. That's not the same thing. And to say that like white people needed Post Malone for somebody to relate to, there are other white people in rap that are highly like status. Mac Miller was there. He didn't die a whole long time ago. Everybody was fucking with Mac Miller. You know what I'm saying? And even then, there's still Logic. There's still fucking Drake and J. Cole. Like they're mixed. You feel me?
Look, I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna just stand behind Post Malone, 10 toes down. I get what you're saying. I understand your point.
Sorry.
I mean,
Dewad,
I
calm
mean,
down, bro. Calm down. Calm down. It's okay.
talking about me.
Yeah,
Hold
you're
No,
on.
he's
What you
fine. He's
mean?
fine. No, he's good.
No, we good.
No, I'm
We-
making joke because you're
no.
stuttering, bro. Like that shit kind of took me out
Oh.
of it.
No, listen, no. I get what you're saying. You make me nervous, but no, I get what you're saying, bro. Overall, I just think Post Malone, if he was to go back to working with rappers, if I was in his position, I probably wouldn't do it because the sound of music that he makes is so far from hip hop that, not saying he can't put a hip hop artist on it, but if I'm him, I probably wouldn't do it because
So
my
why do
sound
it
is
in the
so
first place?
no, because listen to what I'm telling you. If his sound has evolved, right? If he chose to say, hey, like, look, I'm gonna make real life country music. I'm gonna just make country music. That's what I want to make. Okay, and that's his focus. If he said, hey, look, I want to focus on building my country music career, right? At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, if him not putting Quavo or Offset or any of those rap guys on his new songs now, I would totally understand it because what you're making is far from what they make. So why would you put them on your songs?
No one's
I
saying he
understand
has to
it.
do that. No one's saying he has to do that. What I am saying is for him to be in a position to do that, he used rap. That's what a culture vulture is.
Oh, okay. So all right. So this is the thing. You saying he used rap, but so are you saying that? Are you saying that because of, okay,
Because of songs like
maybe rap?
Rockstar. Sunflower that has like, people, popular rappers on the features or with him because of the songs that went number one, that propelled him to number one status, to pop star status. He is able to get people like Tim McGraw and fucking Dolly Parton on an album. Without those songs, he would not be able to do that. That's what I am saying. Also, he is white because Shabuzi is black and a popular country artist. He's not getting them niggas on an album. He can't ask them to get on a song for him with him.
I think Beyonce is culture vaulting too.
No, she's not, nigga.
All right.
She's from Texas. She's from Texas and owns a farm. What are you talking about?
She owns a plantation.
Look.
Oh my god.
Post Malone. Look, Post Malone. At the end of the day, was still gonna the way his career was heading. If he never stepped into the country music route, my opinion, and I'm gonna say this, because I remember when Beer Bongs and Bentleys came out, it was this girl I knew. She was real cool, and she was going crazy over that project. And I knew a lot of girls, even when he was making rap music, was going crazy over him. Mm-hmm. I think that he still would have been a big star. I understand what you're saying, that he still had to use rap to get him at the point to do all this stuff now. I understand you on that point. But because of where his career was heading before he stepped into that country music route, he was already heading into.
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that. No matter what, he's going to be at the top. Or he's going to be as household of a name that he was. He was that before the country stuff, though. He did not need, like, if he had the aspirations to be the country star that he is right now, he should have been that from the jump. But now it looks as if he used rap to get there. Because he did.
But it looks that way. Not to say it is. It looks like he
there's
did.
nothing denying that. There's nothing that proves the contrary.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. Is that right now, as it is right now, with the features that he has, the people that he is featuring on, like, he used rap as a fucking tool to get himself to where he wants to be. That's what I'm saying. That's what culture vultures do. That's how it is.
I'm a step in. I'm a step in. Big Karma.
It sounds bad to say he used it.
He did though. That's how it works.
Can y'all niggas shut up? Anywho, listen. I don't think there's really like a concrete answer to any of this, because like as of right now, we don't know what's Post Malone's next move, other than like it seems most likely that he's still gonna go towards that country route.
As it stands right now, that's what it is.
Yeah, I have my.
I mean, he's just chilling, bro. He went from rap to rock to country. He's just chilling.
Okay, and him being who he. Okay, y'all aren't understanding me, bro.
No. Listen. Because like I'm trying to be respectful of everybody's time, because I still got shit to do. Listen, I get it from everybody's perspective. It's just the thing I'm looking at the end of the day is just that right now he's still an artist, so he has every right to do what the fuck he want to do. But it's just like, if you talking about trying to get back into that hip hop route, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. A rap artist has to allow that shit, because like, and he just has to allow that shit, because.
And that nigga would get funny looks if he does.
I mean, yeah, but look, we've seen rappers done some crazier stuff before. I mean, if for those who don't remember, Morgan Wallen, he said I think he dropped the N-word or the N-bomb. I think he said a nigga or whatever the case is or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Lil Durk ended up doing a fucking song with him. So it's just like,
that's not the same, man.
How, bro? There's so much.
Eminem has said nigga before, bro.
Huh?
Eminem has said nigga before. That's not.
Yeah, okay,
that doesn't matter.
Like, it's just like, come on, bro. It's just like, that's something like, if you really have to really fucking care about, like I don't
saying
know.
Nigga?
No. What I'm saying is just like, God, this shit here. What I'm saying is, if you so wholeheartedly really care about whatever Post Malone use hip hop or whatever, I'm saying you should have seen that shit coming a mile away.
Nobody saw that coming, bro. When that shit was new, no one was saying, "Damn, he's finna go country in a few years. He should go country."
No,
nigga saying that shit.
No, bro, a whole bunch of niggas, including Charlemagne and a couple other OGs, they all saw that shit coming. They
That
all
he
saw
was
that
gonna
shit
go
coming.
country.
Yes.
Yeah, once Beer Bongs and Bentleys came out, I knew the nigga's next album was gonna be country.
Bro,
Was the
no.
next album after Bill Bonks and Bentley the country album?
No, it was still the rap album.
Like I knew that nigga was gonna go country.
And no,
Once he named the album Beer Bongs and Bentley.
and then even then, we seen when he's in interviews, we seen like the recordings of how he was when he was younger. Like, yeah, he was doing like rap songs, whatever, but he wanted to do country too. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that's okay. So again, there's nothing wrong with what y'all are saying. I'm not saying that he's not a country nigga or nothing like that. Okay, I may be wrong about him. Nobody seeing that shit coming, but regardless, he did not have to basically abandon rappers or the raps or what he built himself on. Is what I'm saying.
Bro, it's just two projects, bro. It's legit just
Yeah,
two
it's
projects.
literally
Nigga,
just two projects.
This is what the topic is about. Y'all brought the topic up.
Nah,
As it
yeah.
stands right now, he looks like a culture vulture because
Hey,
of those albums.
all I'm saying with Post Malone, that's my nigga. He be chilling. He ain't causing no problems. The only time I won't support that nigga is if he drops a song called Hail Hitler. All right?
Yeah, if he does some shit like that, he's done.
Yeah. Like,
It's like
I treat Post Malone like I treat Kid Leroy. You make music, I'll listen to it. If I enjoy it, I'll enjoy it.
but
if
if
you
you say some
culture
shit that's
vulture,
yeah.
if you culture vulture the fuck out of it. Because if I'm still enjoying your music, I'm gonna enjoy your music.
Yeah, it's still a business. I'm not denying. I'm not saying Post Malone's a bad person or nothing like that for that or nothing like that. What I'm saying is, with the track list that he has, the features on that track list, that is some culture vulture shit. That's just how it is,
Hey, shit, I wouldn't listen to him either way if he was started off on
and
country.
that's fine. And that's fine.
Hey, man, some people can
But
culture
you get
vulture
Tim
right, bro.
McGraw and fucking Dolly Parton, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like that's not
No, I get
regular
you.
country artist like type of collaborations.
No, I
It's-
get you though. I get you.
That's what I'm saying. Is that like Shabuzi has yet to do some shit like that, and he's been country for years. And he was also on the fucking Spider-Verse soundtrack.
Bro.
But he's not getting those. He's not getting those opportunities. But Post
He is
Malone
now.
is.
Okay.
He is now.
Yeah,
Who he on songs with? I mean, I know he on
Shibuya. I mean, what's the name? What's the nigga name? Shabuzi.
Shabuzi.
Yeah, he doing good now.
I know he's doing good. What I'm saying is his albums, oh my god, he still has like rappers on his shit. He still has like Big X the Plug and shit on there, right?
Yeah, because Big Ed, bro. Can I, bro? Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I know y'all want to end. I don't like the. Hey, I'm from. I'm tired of that shit.
That's just how we are, bro. Stop. That's different.
I am
at
tired of
least
that
with
shit, man.
Okay, like the way that his features are on his albums, that's like what Post Malone did, or he should have done if like he didn't want niggas to think he was a culture vulture, or if there were to be any evidence of him not being that, what Shabuzi did with his album, because he has country niggas and rap niggas on his album. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean, I get it. I just don't see like a rapper
But
that
this-
he had on his previous albums being on like the country album. You know, the most is Beyonce because she's fucking.
That's Beyonce.
She's.
Look,
I hate her so much.
just to end this, because I'm like, no, like real shit, we kind of need to just move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna just say, I guess everything just kind of depends on Post Malone's next move, because like, if he does, drop a next project and it's like he has rappers on there, I don't want to hear anybody say anything. Like,
Yeah, what if it's just a mix, like
Yeah,
everything?
That would be fine. Then that whole narrative would be shut the fuck down. And if the songs are good.
they're
Watch,
gonna-
he listening right now.
Yeah, because like, look, I still, like I said, I'm about to end things. I'm just kind of giving things the benefit of doubt. He wants to make country, you know what I'm saying? And he's just like, we're just two projects in, so like we don't know how things going to turn out to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he just vibing, bro. Every time I seen that man, he just chilling, playing games. He playing Warzone and shit, just making music.
I mean,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
I ain't
that.
gonna include all of that. I just say as of right now, we don't know what's his next move. If the next project ends up becoming another country album, then the discussion's
Hey, so
closed. It is what it is.
Yeah.
it is.
You
I'm
know what
gonna
I'm
listen to
saying?
it. Funny enough, that's the only country album I listened. I don't still listen to it, but listened to.
I didn't like Austin very much. It was too slow for me.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I thought that nigga was gonna rap on that country album at least once.
Nah.
Nope.
All right,
It was
but
good though. It was good. I like Post. I like Post.
Yeah, as country albums go, it's fine. It's just, you know,
Post Malone.
that was just what the question was. I was like, yeah.
I mean, I didn't put this shit up. I didn't know who. I didn't. Look. Anywho, moving on. For those who was watching, by the way, I am truly apologize for this chaotic energy that Black Toad has. But guess what, though? But guess what though? That just proves that Black Toad loves the hip hop culture and he has this shit embedded in his skin, bro.
And can I just say, if Post Malone, if you somehow listen to this, can I get some tickets? A nigga will be.
He gonna hear that shit and click off the video so fucking fast.
I will be. I don't really listen to country, but hey shit, if I get some tickets, I'm gonna be up there, cowboy hat,
Yeah.
10-gallon. I'm.
Anywho,
With the spurs on the boots. With the spurs on the
also
boots.
leave a like and subscribe. Anywho, next topic, bro. All right, we're gonna do 30 more minutes and then we'll shut it on after that.
Wait, can I throw a small curveball?
Go ahead, bro.
How we feel about video game music, bro? Because this Expedition 33 needs
You
to
already know
win.
that. Yeah.
Emmy.
I was just.
What's the awards for music again? Not an Emmy. That's for movies, right?
It's the Game Awards. For the
No,
music.
not that.
Oh
I'm
no,
talking
they have it
about
for the
like,
Grammy.
Yeah, like that shit. That SoundCloud man, that French bird needs a fucking Grammy, bro. Because he needs to prove that French people exist. Because this shit is fucking fantastic.
Nigga, that music is. I ain't come across a bad song yet, and that shit is stuck in my fucking head, bro. Every song, bro.
Every fight is a different song.
Yes.
And I feel like I haven't heard it.
I gotta go back to work soon, bro. Let's finish this shit up.
God okay.
But I will say the gaming music topic for like a future episode because I did want to explore that too. But,
should that be for the music one or the gaming one?
The music one, bro. It's a music
bro.
podcast.
My bad.
It's art, nigga.
Sorry.
That nigga's here. Anywho,
I was just asking, making sure. My bad.
No, you weren't. Anywho, next topic. Should artists make more mature music as they get older?
Yes, or else they look like a fucking.
Unless you look like JoJo Siwa.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
What's that picture? What's that picture of fucking Steve Buscemi fucking with that skateboard and shit? You don't want to look like that, nigga. Musically, bro.
You gotta grow with your music.
That's what I'm saying.
Say like Haley Williams, for example, the Queen, right?
The Queen.
Say, like she's still in Paramore. That's her fucking band. But like, say if it was still the OG Riot Paramore days, right? And then she's still studded belt, emo haircut. You gonna grow out of that. Because where's Avril Lavigne right now? She made a song.
Yeah.
I ain't even know. It's popped up on Spotify. Did I click on it? No. But you best believe if Haley Williams has her own, like, she has like 2 albums by herself, and like, yeah, it still sounds like Paramore because she is Paramore, right? But like, she grew up with her. She grew up. She know what her fans want, but she's like, if you fuck with me, you gonna fuck with my music either way.
Right.
She grew up with her music, and then we got Beyonce. All right, now Beyonce, don't get me wrong, she's a fantastic.
For this, bro.
She's a fantastic artist, but I'm okay. This is the same thing with me and Nicki Minaj. I don't like rap Nicki, like I don't like rapping Beyonce. Which is
okay. No, actually, yeah. No, rap Beyonce.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
It's actually pretty.
Like granted, Nicki is a rapper first, but like I like rap. I like singing Nicki, like I like Beyonce. But when Beyonce raps, I don't really like it. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. I put them 2 women with Drake. Funny enough, I don't really like rapping Drake as much, especially now.
You like Drake with the melodies.
I like Drake with the melodies. I like singing Drake. I like Drake where he makes Hispanic women at high school just cry and eat Cheetos in class, like that kind of Drake. You know what I mean? Like I don't like I'm from Canada Drake.
I mean, I wouldn't put Drake in high school in the same conversation if I were you, but
Hey
yeah,
man, come on, you know exactly what I mean, bro.
no. No, but
Like I just like I like the singing part of those three people that I just named. Even though Nicki is known for rapping, I do not like rap Nicki at all.
yeah, and
That just begs the question: like, if when Playboy Cardi gets like in his 40s, he still gonna sound like this?
bro's 30. He's 30.
Damn,
So it's
I
like,
mean,
it,
that's
I don't
fine because
like that
I'm
nigga.
30, so I'm 30, so I can't say he's too old for that because that would just make me incriminate myself. But like,
yeah, but there was that discussion of like, dude, it was a stupid discussion because it was asking like niggas over 28 shouldn't be listening to like music like that, and it's just like,
that's just a nigga that just came out of high school saying that bullshit.
yeah, because
Like
like we're
Because
okay, they like I don't mind like because we all old as fuck, but I don't mind. I don't like Playboy Cardi, but I don't mind people listening to him. I just don't like the way people act when they listen to him.
yeah.
yeah,
That's the part. I hate that.
me too.
Maybe I just hate kids, bro.
Uh,
Nah, you don't. It's the
um,
online niggas. It's some niggas the way the niggas be acting online.
yeah, but as far as for like the mature stuff, or whatever, like I wholeheartedly agree. That's like I was agreeing with Kendrick 100% when he was kind of getting on Drake for that shit. Oh no, even though no, Joe Budden was the first one that kind of mentioned that. It's like you supposed to be rapping along with your peers, bro. Like be on the type of shit that they be on. It's okay to have fun once in a while. It's not like be serious all the time. But it's like you just having this look of like rapping like the same way how like Lil Baby and like all the rest of them dudes be rapping. It's just like that's not
I,
you. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I, I don't think I will. I don't think I would enjoy Drake rapping like Kendrick.
No, no, not rapping like Kendrick, but like you
Just don't
be
rap like Playboy Cardi.
nah, yeah, yeah. It's like because you know when like Take Care and Nothing Wants the Same came out, it did sound like he was rapping along his peers. Like like not the same content, but like you could hear like a more mature sounding Drake compared like bro compare Nothing Wants the Same to For All the Dogs. You would at least think that they're like two different niggas. You know what I'm saying? As far like
Right.
rapping wise, like
Yeah.
Gold Roses Drake is different from what's that song that sound like the TikTok like it sound like it could be on TikTok Tootsie Slide. Gold Roses Drake versus Tootsie Slide Drake is like come on bro.
It, Tuesday Side is like God's plan for me. Like. I don't like that song. I don't like both those songs.
I only like God's Plan because of like when Smash Ultimate was coming out, the memes had the memes had me like hyped up and
I think.
everything.
I think this is gonna be there's gonna be two sides to this because I think TikTok ruined music, but it also brought new music to me
Right.
at the same time. I don't know how to explain that.
It
Like
it well I guess my idea on it is just that like because like you know the younger generation like the younger audience they use TikTok a lot. So like when they see certain artists drop like some of these songs, it clicks with them, but they end up doing like some stupid shit with like okay they're gonna make a dance for it, they're gonna do make art for it, they're gonna do like use it for gaming content. They bro fucking Waka Flocka song not No Hands hard and no not Hard in Pain, is it Hard in Pain, I don't fucking know, one of them fucking songs like they'll use it and like put it like in Pokemon battles or some shit like that. And
Yeah.
I think he ended up using for like a Charizard song or whatever. And it's
the
just
fuck?
like, yeah, and it's like it makes sense because it's a good business move. Like you're erasing like the negativity that came with that song and trying to use it for more like positive, like for the younger audience or whatever. I get it, but at the same time, it's just like that kind of ruins the experience now because like now it seems like we're just making more music catered to like the younger audience. It's like, what about
Yeah,
like,
like every song got to be a dance to it.
yeah, like what about the 30-year-olds who graduated like fucking 10 to 12 years ago? Like what we got now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even and like now the biggest perpetrator for this shit is Ye, because I'm gonna be very careful with certain shit that I say when it comes to this man, right? When 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 he was going through his college dropout phase, the first three projects, like he sounded like a big ass kid, but like he had the music and the wordplay for it. You know what I'm saying? So it made up for it. Then when he went through his dark era from 808s to Dark Twisted Fantasy and then Yeezus, it's like he had a movement with it, but like he was still maturing with it, like maturing with his sound. But it was just like it was typical Kanye fashion, the way how he was doing it, how he was presenting himself.
Yeah.
But towards Life of Pablo, it was like a mix. It was just like he was having fun, but also since he was becoming more of a family man, he managed to blend both of those, like both of those not genres, but like he managed to like do what he was able to do with both of that stuff, and it
Yeah.
worked out for him, and including Donda too, and Ye, and Kids See Ghosts. Like I think that's what I'm saying. I think once he, excuse me, if he had left off at Donda, it would have showed that like he matured, but he was also still able to have fun doing what he wanted to do with his music, and could have left things off like that. Even with something like with Jesus is King, even though that era didn't last that long, like it still showed that like Kanye was willing to like mature in order for him to like just do whatever he wanted to do. But then it seemed like after that, 2022, with Donda 2 and like some of the other songs that came out afterwards, including whatever dropped this year or is being played this year, and the fact that he's hanging around with these streamers and everything is just like you're kind of degrading your maturity now. Like
Yeah.
you could have just stuck to what you was doing, like even with soulful samples or whatever the case is. But I'm hearing your content. This doesn't sound like the work of a man who's aging gracefully. It sounds like more like somebody who's trying to compete with these younger guys, sort of say.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Just,
Yeah, I hate that shit, bro.
yeah,
just let that nigga get his kids back.
Nah, he
he
I
ain't.
feel
need
Nah.
he'll be in a different mindset.
without
It's too
bringing
late for that though.
yeah, without bringing too much context and drama to this, because I still want to keep it just music, just music oriented. I just hope dude just gets the help that he wants, and he
Yeah.
definitely needs. That's all I could just say.
Yeah.
I feel like also he does need to work on having a better relationship with his kids, and him and Kim can get an understanding. That's all I'm gonna
Nope.
just say.
Nope.
But even though, I mean, it's never too late to say never. But as of right now, that's all. I don't even want dude to even drop any music right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. If he drops some music, drop some fucking beat tapes and like get some niggas to rap on this shit. Just do that. You know what I'm saying? If you still want to be inclined with music or whatever. But your lyric content right now, the way how you're moving, it's not clicking, bro. It's just not clicking. Cause
At
like
all.
because you can't just be on Twitter and you bashing J. Cole and saying that like he gets dry he makes dry coochie music or whatever the case is, but yet the female the the lady audience is going towards him rather than going towards you. My
Yeah,
wife,
nah.
all the girls, whatever the case is, as far as I know, they'll rather listen to J. Cole than to rather listen to Kanye. At least as of right now, because like the way how you're moving, the way how you kind of degrading some of these women out here. You know what I'm saying? Cole ain't doing that shit. Maybe when he first started, when he was younger, like it was evident. But like now, Cole, he matured. He's a family man now. Like he ain't on that type of timing. And same thing with Kendrick. All these dudes, they grown up, they matured. Like yeah, they still might call women bitches here and there or whatever. I don't want to say that's culture, but like it it's like to say it is what it is type of thing. But that's that's just how the like when it comes to like rap, that's just how it is. So yeah, maturity comes a long way, especially with your music, because like even with like somebody like Lil Baby or whatever, I still say to this day one of my favorite songs is The Bigger Picture, because it showed that like he could be mature and have like some lyrical content while also speaking about experiences for like how he was like when he was growing up dealing with like gangs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It just needs to be like a balance with that stuff. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm.
But yeah. Dewan, you got anything to say?
Of course I do. um,
Speak up, brother.
uh, yeah. So far as like, uh, artists making more mature music, I feel like it's really needed, and I feel like it's really dope. Like, I remember listening to Wayne on Carter Five, and him talking like on the outro of his album. You know, he's talking about, you know,
time to get through one more two more topics.
I think so. We could. Yeah. And then save the rest for the next time that we get on.
Yeah, cause I did skip I skipped the Kanye favorite album ones. I thought I skipped that one and the versus one. I'm gonna say that for like the next episode. Um, so yeah, we can just get through the last two. How should rappers deal with losing a rap beef?
They shouldn't deal with it at all. They should just keep it moving and start releasing music. Because the more you respond to it, the worse it gets. Unless you know what the fuck you're doing.
I,
You know.
I don't know because like I kind of did like picture like somebody who let's just say somebody who like I don't know. I think like it'll probably just kind of just crack me for a while. Like I might have like writer's block for like maybe like a couple months or whatever. Cause I'm just like damn like nigga I'm at the top of the game. Like niggas talking shit about me. I'm down. Like I didn't really want to do this rap beef. This nigga brought me in this shit. Like I had to defend myself, but I still lost. Like I don't even know what to fucking do. You know what I'm saying?
Shouldn't have done anything. If a nigga steps to you, people do that shit all the fucking time. Like, don't pay no mind. Just keep going. Like, oh, okay, now I know what you think about me. I'm just gonna keep releasing these number ones. These number one singles.
Yeah. I guess that's one way to look at it, but I know with some of these other guys, they want to try to go over, go like above and beyond, or they want to be like, maybe I shouldn't mention this nigga's wife or whatever. We see how that should work. So
That's just him. That's just him. Like everybody else, like every other rap beef.
nah,
The other one like Jay Z and Nas, like Jay Z lost, and you see that didn't hurt him.
nah, it didn't hurt him, but
Yeah.
no, that was
Or like when uh who was it that Jadakiss sent this to, and it was like really good, and it didn't even hurt the person. I don't want to say the wrong one. I think it was to Jeezy or something. I don't remember.
yeah,
But
I don't really know.
it was a really good one, and it didn't hurt nobody. It didn't hurt Jadakiss. It didn't hurt the person that Jadakiss was dissing. Like if you it pays. It's basically the best move is to not take no just to not pay attention to it. But we got egos and we got yes men and fucking in your fucking camps and shit telling you, hey, this nigga saying this shit. You should do something about it.
What you gonna do about it, Cole?
Nigga.
What you gonna do about it?
It's like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck off my phone with that shit, bro, I got an album coming out. I'm gonna focus on that. You feel me?
So what you're saying is everybody should have went the J. Cole route. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, well, not the J. Cole route, like, of responding and apologizing, but the staying to yourself route.
Yeah.
But I mean, the elephant in the room. If thanks to homie responding to Big 3 line and making a whole dumbass track about it, we got all that stuff, and we got GNX, we got all that shit, Super Bowl, all that, because nigga decided not to leave shit alone.
Yeah.
So like,
bro saw the 3 GNXs pull up, and he was just like, man, let me chill out, bro.
Exactly. Well, okay. Well, I don't know anything about that, but it's all of that. It's like he said, "Damn, I should have never fucking responded to this shit." And that's how it should be. It's like, hey, nigga dissing you, let the nigga diss you. It's like, okay, you don't know me, my pockets ain't hurting, nothing like that.
What you gonna do, Cole? All right. Noir, you have anything to say about it, or are you gonna just move on? Dewan? Dewan?
I think your mic is muted, bro.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Somebody always calling me while I'm podcasting. I don't know why people love to do that, but no, I just think this. Well, number one, don't make the song with the person who dissed you. Let me stop.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest. I'm just playing on that part. I still don't like the way Meek Mill and the Drake thing. I'm not saying that they should have like held the grudge. Like, no, I'm all for peace and peace treaties and all that stuff. But um,
Oh,
I
damn.
just the way they did the music video, like it was like this big thing. I just, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I
yeah.
just was like this is like they made it seem like this was like Watch the Thrones, like some, like I don't know. I don't like the way they did everything. It was just so corny to me. I just don't like. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Like, hey, dapping it up. Hey, bro, we squashed the beat. But the way they did everything, like, man, people was waiting on them to collaborate, and the song was mid, in my opinion. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the song was not all right, but overall, I just think that like people should just act like Wayne. Like Wayne is so unbothered. I'm gonna be honest. There's been so many rappers that have dissed Wayne, and Wayne just be in his own world. Like Thug didn't try to come for Wayne's neck. So many other artists have tried to.
I
Like,
mean,
oh,
he kind of fucked up with the Pusha T one. I ain't gonna lie, that
I,
Pusha T response was pretty ass.
I mean, I understand your that part, but even like Pusha T dissed Wayne again on Infrared. He's like he said Wayne's trapped and can't retire. Like, you know, he
Mm-hmm.
and Wayne didn't put out no song or nothing like that. But I just feel like when people act unbothered by it, it's like,
Oh my god.
you know it kind of just goes away.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, I don't feel like Drake should even have to respond on Infrared like that. Like,
Nope.
I don't feel like don't get me wrong, Infrared is a dope song, but the diss wasn't even that like it was kind of old. Like Pusha T said, "Oh, you don't even write your songs." Meek said that years before Daytona dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
so the allegations came out in 2015, and he responded. Drake already did two birds in one song. Now I'm gonna just say that two birds in one song. This is funny because the way the way Drake is dissing Pusha T on two birds in one stone is funny, and I just feel like that Drake should have never even responded to Infrared. And then you had the story of Adidon, and like that was like a great diss song, but I feel like Infrared was a better song. It's just that the story of Adidon was just a better diss.
Yeah.
But I just think that just pretty much just don't respond to it. Like even the stuff with Rick Ross, like when Drake responded to Rick Ross, I'm like, dude, why are you responding to him? Like,
Yeah.
so I feel like it kind of makes you, in a sense, like it makes you look different. Like people look to you as like people look at you differently because they know that okay, man, this person is above being, you know, they don't care. Like they're unbothered by it. The same way I feel like Nicki Minaj. Like Nicki Minaj, she's a legend in female rap. But I feel like if she didn't respond to a lot of things that people say about her, I think people would respect her more as a legend.
Oh yeah, of course.
And so when you're always responding to things that people say the same way I feel about Megan do, just don't respond to it. The same thing with Doechii. The best thing Doechii can do is not respond, and that's a whole nother conversation. but,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It ain't a whole nother conversation. It's the next
That's the next
conversation.
topic.
So
Yeah.
Doechii's timeless remix Fallout.
Nigga, have y'all heard that shit?
Garbage.
Have y'all heard that shit?
I heard a snippet and I heard all I needed to hear. I'm
Bro,
good. I'm good.
it's so unfortunate that like that remix came out the same time that she made that song with West Side Gun, because the West Side Gun verse that she had is like really fucking good,
Yeah.
with like double entendres and triple entendres and shit. It's like that's like a rap fucking verse. When she comes out with this damn timeless remix, and like at first I didn't know what made it so trash, what made niggas say that it was so trash, right? I was like, damn, they really just hating on her again. But then like someone said that it's not that what she says is trash, it's that it doesn't match the vibe of the song. And
Yeah.
that is because I forgot the original song, I ain't gonna lie. So I went to the original and I was like, oh, yeah, why the fuck is she rapping like that on here then? And I ain't gonna lie, bro, like she failed the mission. Like she definitely failed the assignment on that on that remix, and then like everybody else is just I've seen reaction videos of niggas listening to it and shutting that shit off in like 10 seconds, bro.
I'm Dante
Like
is the best.
yeah, I saw him. I
Yeah.
just saw him do it like this morning, like from a clip this morning, and then it's like everybody else is like, I guess unanimously, it just was not a good verse. You feel me? So like, it's I guess like
And the worst part,
the
she got more along the way.
okay, that's not the worst part. She's not a bad rapper, nigga. Like
Wait, hold on. When did I say that? When
you
did I say
said, the
that?
worst part is that she has more long. What does that mean?
I feel like she don't need to be doing these remixes. I feel like, honestly, I just because like I ain't gonna lie, bro. Some of these songs that she's planning on doing the remixes for, like the beat selections, I don't think like they fit her.
What's
Because
the next one that she's doing?
Meltdown with Travis Scott and Drake.
Oh
Are you
god.
sure?
Yes, I wouldn't be saying it if I wasn't.
Where did you hear that from? Like, where'd you
It
hear
was
that
on
from?
Twitter, IG, like it was like all over the news outlets. I
I
mean,
ain't never heard. Hold on, let me see.
yeah, I can look it up for you.
She gonna be on Meltdown?
Yep, I think she's doing a couple more too.
Uh, I don't. I see one, but I don't know who that nigga is saying that shit.
Hold on.
Uh, look, it depends on her delivery. All that really matters to me is the delivery, and I think that she should work on that because she's not like the stuff that she says isn't bad. Her flows aren't bad. It's just the energy that needs to match the fucking song. She shouldn't be on these mellow ass types of beats. And I I don't know who's telling her it's a good idea to be on these types of songs, but they trying to sabotage this woman. You feel me? Because she be sliding on them Griselda beats. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
do
think
know.
that if she were to do
Yeah,
what's
I
up?
do know. Whenever she raps on like the boom bap beats or whatever, she does like a clear ass job. Like that shit sounds nice. The trap ones though, they're like kind of like a mixed bag. It's like it can go well, and the other one it can just be like another timeless. You know what I'm saying?
And also, she's still just like in the beginning of this whole like mainstream shit. She isn't like as seasoned as like the other people that she's on these songs with, because even Kendrick don't even be doing good on these sometimes. So it's not like she's gonna get it right every time.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like if she is doing the Meltdown remix, hopefully she does good on that, and hopefully she uses this as a learning lesson, as a lesson to fucking to incorporate into whatever next industry song that these niggas have her on. You know what I'm saying? These fucking remixes.
Yeah.
Um, I would say this back to the Doechii thing. No one, I'm gonna say this. There, I think some people don't like Doechii. I'll say this.
Yeah.
I feel like some people it's kind of like a trend. Like maybe a Doechii hate train on the way. But when I found out that there was like a Doechii Thomas remix, I was kind of confused. I'm like, didn't this song come out months ago? Like, you know, I was
Yeah.
kind of confused at first. Okay, man, well, maybe she been recorded and she's just putting it out. But I was kind of confused. Why was she putting it out in the first place? Because I'm like, this song don't even sound like, before I even listened to the song, I'm like, this don't even sound like she should even be on a remix of this song. But I gave it a listen anyway, and I mean, it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't that bad. That bad. It wasn't bad as J. Cole's Grippy remix or something like that. It wasn't.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't as bad as that. But I will say this is it wasn't needed, and
Yeah.
I feel like remixes are I feel like remixes are for certain songs. Period. And this is not even just for her as an artist. I'm not singling her out. Certain songs, I feel like songs should be remixed that are like maybe like anthems or something like that. But this song, it was cool. Like even when it came out, like the original song, it was alright. It wasn't nothing groundbreaking. But and I'll just say this: female rappers are heavily criticized. I would have to say, and it sucks because I feel like female rappers have to work harder because of stuff like this happens. Not
Yep.
because they don't have the talent, but because of like this, like dudes drop flat albums after flat albums. But female rappers make one error, one mistake, and people act like the world's coming to an end.
Yeah.
Like, and it sucks. And I'd be like, man, why is there such a double standard? Or female rappers really have to get heavily criticized. And and I'll say this, this is gonna be this is gonna ruffle some feathers. I do feel like colorism does play a part in this.
Oh
I
yeah.
do. I feel like
All
it's
my feathers
colorism.
are ruffled.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna preach because, bro, bro, it's definitely colorism. Like this girl is, she can rap. She got flows. She got good projects. Like, and people are trying to pick her apart. Versus you have Cardi B, one album. It's been almost 10 years. Right,
hmm
10 years. People are still putting her on a pedestal. Megan Thee Stallion. Basically, she drops. She hits or miss. You have
She
like
definitely
lot.
missed this time.
Yeah, you have Lotto. You know, she's really like a trap artist, to be honest. I mean, she can be lyrical, but she's really like trap. And
hmm
then everybody giving them passes. And you got Glorilla, who people are putting at the top. But then
Yeah,
you
but
have this.
she doing good though.
Yeah, Glorilla's doing good. But this what I'm trying to say is, all those female rappers that I named are not being criticized like Doechii is being criticized now.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you're right.
like people, the fact that we're even still talking about Cardi B and she only has one album and it's been almost 10 years, it's it's crazy. Like in 2 more years, it's 225. Maybe like 3 more years. It's gonna be 10 years since Invasion of Privacy dropped, and so and Doechii is bringing everything to the table that a rapper should, yet she's still being criticized. It's colorism, bro. It
it's a mix
is.
of it's a mix of a lot of things because like her because like people was getting on her for anxiety, right? But like she put that out because her fans wanted her to put that out because that's an old song. Like she made that shit on her bed. Like you know what I'm saying, when she was broke. And people loved that shit and they were like, "Oh, can you please like release this for us?" She's like, "Oh, okay, well I'll do that since y'all are asking for it." Then these new niggas up in here, these fucking Doechii fans is acting like this is a brand new fucking song and going like, "Oh, this is horrible. This why is she doing it on this?" Like, bitch, this been out for like years, bro. She did this for her fans, and it's like people aren't. It's also the fact that these niggas are not really listening to these women like they act like they are. You feel me? So they just want to put their 2 cents to criticize somebody. I was like, oh, okay. Uh, what song don't you like? And they would fucking fold if you try to test their knowledge on that shit. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
a lot of these guys probably have not sat down and listened to a full Lotto project or
Or
full
full
Glorilla
Glorilla.
project.
Yeah, fuck
And,
no.
and I have listened to both, but that's the reason I have to say, bro, all this stuff is colorism because Doechii can out rap, all, all these girls.
No, she
She can
can't.
run.
Nah, she can't out rap Doja Cat, bro.
Okay. Well, that's the topic for another day. But I will say this, man. This is colorism because a lot of these female rappers, they have half the talent, that Doechii has, and yet
hmm
people who are willing to put them on the pedestal. Like we already had this conversation about Ice Spice, like, but
Yeah,
Who?
she's gone. She's already
but
like.
but but hold on. But I still got faith in Ice Spice because I ain't gonna lie. I be bumping Ice Spice in my car sometimes. I have to, bro, because sometimes I have to. And Shaq probably bumps it too on the side. He won't tell you,
Hey y'all,
but
this is Dewan's last appearance on the episode for saying some bullshit like that. You tweaking?
Nah.
nah. But online, bro, all this stuff is colorism, bro. And female rappers are overly criticized because how many dark skinned female rappers that people are talking about
Lauren
positively.
Hill.
Rhapsody.
Oh, come
Lauren
on,
Hill,
Lauren, bro.
Rhapsody,
Lauren Hill
Megan Thee
has not.
Stallion.
No, Megan Thee Stallion is not dark skin. She's brown skin. She's not dark
Nick,
skin,
oh my God. Okay, Lauren Hill,
bro.
Rhapsody.
Lauren Hill have not dropped music in God knows how long.
That is not the question you asked. You asked who was speaking, who's being spoken in a positive way. Lauren Hill
I,
is.
bro, but she have not dropped music in like
That
over
doesn't
20
matter.
years.
She's still the
Yes, it
only.
does.
She's still the only solo rapper who won album of the year. Like no matter what, until that gets passed, she's still going to be solidified as like either the best
Uh,
woman rapper or the like still the best. You know what I'm saying? She's still treated like rap royalty.
Well, the one you should have just said like relevant or like modern or something. If that's
Yeah,
where you're
because
trying to
like
go.
everybody's gonna talk about Lauren Hill like till the
okay,
till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
okay, listen. In today's time, in a social media era, where the beauty standards are different than what they were years ago when Lauren Hill came up. Now, artists that are dark skinned women are heavily criticized now and degraded, and they have to work harder in the music industry because of the beauty standards have changed now
Yeah,
due to social media. Because the beauty standards is light skin, long wavy hair, whatever the case may be, right? Which
right.
means that even though that should not affect an artist's talent because of the way the industry works. People like consumers like us, some of us, not all of us, I'm not saying that us guys are, but will be more so willing to give Cardi B, Glorilla, Lotto a chance than Doechii and will crap on her music before they give her a listen because of how she looks.
It's
And
because it's easy to do. Like that, a lot of people would just be saying shit just because it's easier to just say it instead of doing the work and fucking listening to somebody and
no,
giving someone an hour of your time.
no, bro, it's not even that, bro. It's colorism. People see a dark skin. This is a dark skinned woman who's working really hard and has the work ethic, but because of how some people feel colorism and colorists, the same way how guys will put Glorilla and Lotto and Megan in a higher conversation, and they will argue why they're better rappers, but won't even listen to their full project because they're just going off of how what they think is beautiful. And I feel like Doechii was another one of these light skinned girls. I feel like people will talk about her more because she's dark skinned. She has to go through more stuff in the industry, and she has to face all this criticism because a lot of her counterparts, a lot of her peers, they're not talented as she is. This is
A
a this
lot,
is a
yeah, no, that's true. A lot of them
this is
aren't.
an industry thing. This is a dark skin. This is because she's dark skinned, and a lot of people feel a way about dark skinned women, bro. Because a lot of
She's
these,
under TDE, right?
Yeah. But
So TDE,
it is one more thing that y'all are missing though.
what?
I this is a very touchy subject, but I think it's also because she's part of the LGBTQ community.
No, it's not.
nah, it's dark skin, bro. Nah,
It's
bro.
No. Listen. The reason why I'm saying that is because there was like on Twitter there
Are we
was like
streaming?
Yeah.
it's nothing controversial. Relax. Listen. So there was this thing that was going on with her that like she said that something about like all straight men are like red flags or some shit like that, and
Hmm.
that kind of pushed the narrative. This like oh she's one of those, and you know
That
when
was a
you
joke, though.
nah people are taking that shit seriously, bro.
Yeah, because they're fucking dumb. That was a joke.
Yeah, but because of that joke, it pushed the narrative to even hate on Doechii even more now. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
because they're dumb. Like that's okay. That's Twitter niggas. Like the thing about also we got this also got to be a thing is that Twitter, the mindset that people have on Twitter is not the mindset of the population as a whole. A lot of them niggas are just dumb as fuck
Yeah,
because that was a joke that like if you're a fan of her or if you've been following her, you know why she said that.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I didn't feel no type
It's
of way about it when she
yeah,
said it.
she does not think that straight men are actually fucking. It's an inside joke between her and her friend that she was on that talk show with.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's just
But
when that was I
mhm.
saw that because when that was being used as some sort of thing to push a narrative, that's what niggas on Twitter just do. Twitter's a fucking miserable place. and they are going to just circulate. They're going to circulate hate to anybody and any chance they fucking get from anything that they see. Okay, it's just like, but it also feeds into what Dewan said about like the hate train towards her. It's because of the fact that like since it is easy to hate on someone and that colorism does play a factor. I ain't even gonna lie, our own community do not they be fucking horrible at fucking supporting each other. So it's like what all that as a factor is gonna make it to where Doechii isn't this talented of an artist when she really fucking is. When you can just listen to her album and you can see that she knows what the fuck she's doing, regardless of like the remixes or singles that she be putting out. The album is like she knows what she's doing, okay, and she won those Grammys and deserved those Grammys because of how the qualities of that album.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And I have to add to say this and being real, as all being black, we know how it is of how whether we see it in our families or whether we see it in other people's families of how dark skinned women is treated in general. Like we like just and I know this is like probably not music based, but it ties into the music that we see. That women of darker skin tend to have to work as harder, not because they're not talented, it's because of the opposition that's against them. Now, if Doechii was just like maybe she looked just like all the other the top female rappers that people like to bring up, she probably wouldn't even be going through this criticism, because there's remixes that Megan and Cardi B had that I didn't think was all that, and people just like instantly just they didn't pay it no attention. But I just think because of colorism, people just need a reason not to like Doechii. And and so they're gonna try to find any little thing that they could try to find.
Yeah.
Oh,
a lot of people, they don't like the fact that she won over Travis Scott, or like there's a lot of things that people just
we cannot ignore colorism.
Yeah, and they're gonna put the industry plant allegations on her and shit like that, like a whole bunch of stuff, basically trying to make it seem like she does not deserve to be where she is. So it's like that does play a factor in it, and it is probably rooted into hatred, like you're saying. So it's like I don't really know what the real reason is, but like I will say that the Timeless remix was not good though. Like that is true. Like regardless of what I'm talking about, like with her image and shit like that, the bottom line was that the Timeless remix was a misstep for her, in my opinion.
Yeah, and she's too. Though she don't really have to be doing our remixes anyway. I'm gonna be honest.
I hate. I don't like that. I don't like that shit either. Yeah.
The same thing that I think Tierra Whack, dark skin, really dope. I mean, Tierra Whack is really dope, but I think she discussed about it years ago of her dealing with colorism, and so it's a real thing, and I hate that sometimes it's something. When people talk about music, people don't like to talk about it because people don't like to bring it up because it makes people uncomfortable. But it's supposed to make people uncomfortable because it's something that's really happening. That people will not listen to a particular female artist because they're dark skinned. Period. Like they won't even give her a listen. Like, okay, you ain't like the Thomas remix, go listen to her album or her mixtape. Then they'll make excuses, but then they'll listen to one Cardi B song that probably dropped over 10 years ago and will put her on the pedestal without judging the art. But they're just going off of her skin color. And so they try to pick her apart. But they're not going to say it's because of she's dark skinned. They're going to say it's because because she won this award. Oh, because she's an industry plant. Like, they're going to make excuses.
Yeah, they can say some other shit. It was like, okay, we get what it actually is.
It's really because she's dark skinned, though. That's what it is. No. I'm standing on business when it comes to colorism because it's real. Colorism is real, bro.
I mean, I know. I've seen it happen.
Like, why you think? And I'm gonna be funny. Like, why do you think that? Why do you think dark skinned guys get? Let me stop. No, I'm about to go crazy.
I knew it should go.
Like. Dark skin guys,
I got what you meant. I get what you meant.
I know, but I'm gonna be more goofy with it. Are stereotyped as these big, Like like Gorilla Beast guys. Let me stop going crazy. But
Yeah.
there's this stereotype that's going on, bro. And Doechii's going through colorism, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Man, we're all ugly. That's all it is.
No,
Oh,
no, we're not.
Not me.
right.
Try telling that to an
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, bro.
no, to an alien, we're all ugly, bro. But moving on. Yeah, there's a lot of topics we had talked about today. Pretty interesting ones. Pretty, not even controversial. It's just like it just kind of proves to show that like we're just living in a world that like people are just not knowledgeable on certain shit. And I don't even know what the fuck I'm even talking about. What the fuck am I even saying? Anyway, moving
Did
on.
y'all hear the fucking freestyle? The cipher that had like Joey Badass, Big Sean, and Absol?
I didn't get to yet, but it is being talked about all over.
Yeah, I highly recommend that y'all listen to it because that's how
No,
that's my type of rap
the
beef.
only
That's my
verses
type of rap beef.
the only verses I heard was this was Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me for saying this. I only heard Soul and I only heard Joey's. I
Oh
didn't
yeah. Big Sean definitely did. He got Big Sean again.
because I knew what was going to happen, and I'm like, no, even if Sean had an amazing verse, the same thing plagues this man every single time he gets on a song with lyrical dudes, bro. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even like I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna still listen to it.
It's not a bad verse. It's not a bad
Yeah,
verse.
yeah.
It's just
Everybody agrees it's
Absol
not.
and Joey Badass are there. That's really all it is.
Yeah, and I agree. That's my type of rap. That's my type of rap beef too. Like, yeah, talk your shit. Like have some tough love thing. But at the end of the day, yeah, even though it's entertainment, y'all know y'all still got love for each other at the end of the single. Like
Yeah,
at the end of the day, that's all. That's the type of shit
exactly.
I'm on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like we ain't got
that's
to do.
that's that's what they always doing. Them daylight shots were great. They were really fucking great ass fucking shots.
Yeah,
You feel me?
and
And I really think, and you're gonna, and one thing that one of the reactors that I saw that listened to it, he said that if you listen to it one time, if you listen to Absol or Joey's part one time and say you got everything, you're lying. And that's what I think that's how I always because I didn't get everything on the first time, and then I had to listen to it again. I was like, oh, damn, how did I miss that the first time? Every fucking time Absol does that shit.
knowing me, it probably took me like 10 years, and I still probably won't even understand it.
Yeah,
That's
because Joey definitely does a lot of battle rap references since he's dissing Daylight.
Hey, Wayne said he got the vision like a line between two dots. I just caught on to that one. That's,
It
yeah, man.
it took me a while.
Kanye
definitely
said,
took me a week to get the lasagna line.
yeah, Kanye said,
Someone had
Oh,
to someone had to spell that out for me at school. I remember it was like me and Demont. We were just like, "What does that even mean?" It was like, "No, because the G in lasagna is silent." We were like, "Oh shit, he's actually good."
yeah, Kanye said something about putting bleaches in people's assholes or something. It was just
Okay,
like,
now that was just yeah,
that,
I don't know.
like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's
bad.
definitely a bar,
Yeah, we don't really gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, for those who was watching today's episode, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support. I will be taking some time off for the next possibly 2 weeks because I'll be relocating and gathering my stuff and everything. So Black Toad and Dewan will be carrying the podcast. Black Toad, leave your channel in the comments and everything afterwards, so people know when to go to you. I'll post like shorts and stories here and there, just kind of keep the content going. But until then,
I'll stream it on Twitch next Wednesday, same time. That's Black Toe, Black with two C's. You know what I'm saying? Me and Dewan gonna have our topics up and shit like that. The format's gonna look a little bit similar to my gaming one, but don't fret. It ain't gonna be nothing super like different, nothing like that. It's just how it's gonna be for the next couple episodes. Cause I'm too fucking lazy to
yeah,
switch it up. You know what I'm saying?
like he said it, not me.
um, I'm counting the days down. You already know Carter 6 is on the way. I'm hoping, I got my fingers crossed. I'm hoping, because I feel like Wayne might delay it. I'm just hoping he might not do it. Just had that feeling that he might do it, but I'm gonna hope that he don't. But June 6th, man, Carter 6.
Yeah, we'll be there. Wait, June 6th?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
I've been saying this since Shaq. How long I've been talking
no,
about
it's
Carter
just,
6?
it's just, you know, 666. I was just like, oh, well, hold on.
I mean,
Nah, I've been talking about
Wayne been on that type of shit. But yeah,
Like,
moving
oh
on.
Lord.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I pray before I listen to it.
Carter 6.
Also, there is a project that I am working on that will probably be released sometime in July or August. I'm not gonna go into details yet, but it'll be a little. It's gonna be a little interesting.
Will I be on it, Shaquille? Like, you gonna have your boy Dewan do something on the project? You know? What
Hey,
you think?
thank y'all for watching the show.
Is it just beats? Like, what is he?
Thank y'all for supporting, and yeah,
Oh, this is a 3-hour episode.
yeah.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Take it easy.
Thank y'all for coming through. This is gonna be a great. This one.